That was your 1-minute time check, stations.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is Hawkeye Baseball. Iowa Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Hy-Vee, score big savings with a Hy-Vee Perks membership. Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Also brought to you by Oak Knoll Retirement Community, Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited, the official travel partner of the Hawkeyes, and by University of Iowa Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Hawkeye Baseball is on the air.
From the campus of the University of Iowa, it's baseball time in Iowa City. Live from Dwayne Banks Field, it's the series opener between the 5th-ranked Oregon Ducks and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Welcome to the broadcast booth alongside my fine color analyst, John Evans. I'm John Leo. How quickly the season has flown by as we've reached the final weekend of the regular season. And could the stakes be any higher? A Big Ten title on the line this weekend in Iowa City. The Ducks enter ranked 5th in the country with a 38-13 record. Oregon is on a 7-game win streak and have won 16 of its last 20. Grayson Grinsell will toe the rubber with his 8-2 record for the Ducks. Iowa controls its destiny. 2 wins over Oregon this weekend will clinch a share of the Big Ten title. And with some help from Northwestern against UCLA, Iowa could become outright champions by the end of the weekend. It all comes down to these 3 games for Iowa's title hunt. A big-time battle for a Big Ten title this weekend in Iowa City. It's the Ducks and the Hawkeyes, Oregon and Iowa, live from Banks with first pitch coming in a bit. Last time we talked to you, Iowa and Oregon State tied at 6 in 10 innings. Let's relive some of the highlights. Turley with a half swing, sends it back to Dete. He throws it to second for 1, back to first, double play, you bet! Kleinschmidt, the left-hander, is ready. He pitches the 0-1. Gable lines into left center field, and it is down for a base hit. Here comes Wilmes. Iowa on the board. It's 1-0. 0-1 to Wilmes. Ben shows the bunt, pushes it right side. Here comes Strohmeyer. He scores. Wilmes drops down the bunt to tie us up. It's 5-5. Ben is out at first base, but he does his job. Hutchison ready with the 0-1. He drops down and brings it. Frost hits well to left. Left fielder going back. Get going, baby. It is gone. We're tied. 6-6 in the 10th. Ha-ha. Some Hawkeye magic. And that's how the game would finish. Iowa and Oregon State would tie at 6 in 10 innings. Some valuable lessons learned from the series against Washington and the series last weekend in Des Moines against Oregon State. Let's see if the Hawkeyes can put it all together for this 3-game set against the Oregon Ducks here at Dwayne Banks Field in Iowa City. Today's game is sponsored by UIHC, and when we come back, we'll talk with Dr. Brian Wolf right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball. Iowa opening the series against the Oregon Ducks tonight at Duane Banks Field. UI Healthcare Sports Medicine is today's game sponsor, and we are now joined by Dr. Brian Wolf, orthopedic surgeon and head of the sports medicine department at Iowa. Also has spent 20 years taking care of the Iowa baseball program. Dr. Wolf, thanks for coming on.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
All right, a few questions to go over as today's game sponsor, Dr. Wolf. Tell us about the new University of Iowa Healthcare campus in North Liberty and the new sports medicine facility that you've recently opened out there.
Yeah, we're really excited. This is a great facility. It's kind of a first of its kind in the Midwest. It brings, large academic medical care to one of the fastest growing areas in the corridor. So we're hoping to bring and continue to bring, access and care to Iowa City in the corridor that's really community focused. It's convenient. It offers the opportunity to avoid the big bustling medical center across from Kinnick. We offer a full range of orthopedic services all under one roof. So we have orthopedic surgery, we have outpatient clinics, we have our sports medicine services, physical therapy. We have an emergency department, which is open to the community for all kinds of problems. We have labs and imaging, including CT scan, X-ray, MRI. There's a pharmacy with a 24-hour drive-through option. So a lot of things that are really, hopefully going to be convenient for the community. And the facilities were very carefully thought out with, orthopedic patients and athletes and a variety of patients in mind. So it's not only for our youth and our really active high school and college athletes, but also for all active individuals in our community, no matter their age. And we have a lot of opportunities for rehab, indoor, outdoor space. We have lots of cutting edge, brand new equipment to simulate sports activity and different movement patterns. And when it's nice outside, you can get out and do it in the grass or on some turf that they put right behind the building. So it's really a great facility.
Yeah, it looks gorgeous. The several times that I've driven by it, and needed for the community, and looks like it'll be certainly a positive for the area. You listed a number of services there, but available at this new location, some additional services, Dr. Wolf.
Well, we are hopefully providing the full gamut of things that people might need. So we have, the building's really focused on orthopedics and sports medicine. So that would be, all ranges of surgical treatment, ranging from joint replacement to spine surgery to sports medicine procedures like what I do, which would be ACL surgeries and meniscus surgeries and elbow Tommy John surgeries, things like that. But we have really focused sports medicine themed rehab, which would be inside and outside. We have a lot of equipment that can really help gauge when athletes are ready to go back to sport. They're linked to computers. It's research based. But new things that we're really excited about, we have a walk-in clinic. So if somebody has a urgent problem with a orthopedic type problem, they can walk in and they'll be seen that day. Hopefully avoid going to an emergency room or somewhere else, so you can get seen by someone that's a specialist in that area right away. And we've tried to really think of how we can make it efficient and convenient for our patients that could use the facility.
We've heard a lot about same day, next day appointments. Sports are always on the go, always on the move. How important is timely care for athletic injuries, and how do you feel that you're meeting that need?
Yeah, I think early evaluation is critical. A lot of our athletes and people that are really involved in sports, they want to know. They want to know when it's safe to participate. They want to know what they can and can't do. So we've tried to offer a lot of options. We talked about the walk-in clinic, which people can come in. You sprain your ankle and you want to get looked at, you can walk in and see that. For truly, something that we think is really a sports medicine problem, we have for years set aside appointments for especially our high school and college athletes. If we get a call from a trainer, we get a call from a parent, hey, my son or daughter or my athlete got injured, we'll get them in. We'll have somebody get them in, evaluate them. If they need imaging, we can get those things rolling, because we really want to try to help facilitate their prognosis, help them figure out what's safe, what's not safe, and help them figure out, how we can get them back quickly and safely.
Along those same lines, do patients need a referral to see a sports medicine specialist at the new campus?
No, we don't require a referral. Actually, patients can go online. We have ways online for people to make appointments. They can just simply call in, but we try to make it as easy as possible, and there's lots of ways to do that.
Summer sports are right around the corner. What advice do you have for athletes, active individuals, to stay injury-free this summer?
Well, I think like everything in sports, being thoughtful about how you warm up and how you cool down, stretching. A lot of our young athletes don't like those things, and they wonder why they get sore and get stiff. But there's a lot of helpful things about just being thoughtful about their dynamic stretching and their warm-ups, staying hydrated, especially we start getting warmer outside. So really staying on top of your hydration, and then just having appropriate time for rest and recovery. It's hard when you've got softball tournaments and baseball tournaments and club basketball and all these things going on, but just really being thoughtful and looking ahead about rest and recovery is really important.
Finally, Dr. Wolf, before we let you go, where can people go to learn more and schedule an appointment if needed?
Yeah, there's an online link, which is uihc.org/sports-medicine. And there'll be lots of information on there about how to get an appointment, and also lots of information about all the services we can provide.
All right, Dr. Wolf, thanks for your time. Appreciate all you do for Iowa athletics.
Well, thanks for all you do, and keep the Hawkeyes rolling. Hope they have a great weekend.
Thank you. We're back to hear from Coach Heller right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stolke teamed up with 22 and Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 and Vine. It's a game changer.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
Welcome back to pregame coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball today, welcoming the Oregon Ducks to Dwayne Banks Field in Iowa City. Joined by head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, before today's season opener. Coach, just some of your takeaways from that Oregon State series in Des Moines as we get ready for this one.
Oh, just a series where there were a lot of bright spots, but the collapses that we had in each game, there was really just one. One big inning that we let happen that cost us all 3 games. And that was disappointing because, we didn't find a way to stop it, or we didn't find a way to minimize to a point where we had a better chance to win those games. And you take those 3 innings out, and we outplayed them, we outhit them, we outpitched them. I think we only had 1 fielding error other than the 3 pitcher errors on Friday night the entire weekend. And just the results weren't what you wanted. But again, it's 40 guys, and everybody's got to be ready to go, and everybody's got to, step up when needed. And that was what didn't happen this past weekend at Oregon State.
Regular season's flown by, Coach. Final regular season weekend of the year. It's here, and it's big. Oregon coming to town.
Yeah, and, it's big, obviously, for a lot of reasons. And, it's going to be, one of the series that determines the Big Ten regular season champion, which is a big deal. Not easy. And, I'm just happy that we're one of those teams. You, as a player, this is what you do it for. This is why you play, to be in a weekend like this. And, this is why, one of the reasons why, as a coach that's done it for 38 years, you grind it out day after day after day, no days off, for years, hoping to be in a series like this. And here we are. So I'm going to enjoy the heck out of it.
Good.
And we're going to attack, and we're going to hopefully play our best. And if we do, I can live with that. I would be disappointed if we give it away, or we're sloppy at times like we were, last weekend, and even the weekend at Washington, where I felt like we should have won all 3 games. But again, it was just one blip each game, and we hadn't been doing that for a long period of time. Or if there was a blip, it was a minimal blip. It wasn't catastrophic. And we've had 4 or 5 of those catastrophic blips in the radar that you have a hard time overcoming when you're playing a really good team. And like we were talking with the team last week, like when you play big boy baseball, where the games are like 2 really good teams, you're not usually bludgeoning someone 12-2.
Right.
And we did that a lot early, and we're on a great roll. We scored tons of runs, and it's kind of easy when that happens. You can overcome a lot of things, but when you're playing a team like this, and a team like last week, and a team like Washington, you're going to get 2 or 3 opportunities. Who's going to take advantage of them? Who's going to give the most away? And unfortunately, in 4 of those losses, we were the team that gave the most away, and we didn't take it. And that was my message. This championships aren't given; they're taken. They're taken by the team that shows up when it's the hardest to show up, and that needs to be us.
Possibly some valuable lessons from the Washington series and the Oregon State series that have molded us and shaped us to be ready for this one.
No question, John, and that's why it was a good series for us, even though from a results standpoint, we didn't come out of it with a win. We had two losses and a tie, and then you feel like, God, you want to take that inning away, and we kicked their butt most of the game. But that's the way it is in big boy baseball. But to your point, the lessons are great, but seeing the pitching for 6 games is hopefully going to be what benefits us, because these guys can really pitch. They're not going to see the number of like just flat out power arms, velocity stuff that we saw against Oregon State, but you're going to see plenty of that. But a lot of good high pitchability guys, and I'm hopeful. You never know how it's going to go, but I'm hopeful versus the left-hander tonight that all the lefties we've seen up to this point, which has been a lot of them that are really good, pays off for us.
Grinsell sounds like fastball changeup guy.
Yeah, big time plus pitch with his changeup, and he's got some deception. You'll see him kind of turn from the booth, and you don't see the ball till late. And then he's got about 6 feet of extension out front, which makes that fastball play better than the 88 to 90 than it is. And it's going to have some ride on it too, which is the reason why he tears people up with that changeup, because you get the pitch that you have to be concerned about. You're going to see quite a few fastballs with that ride at the upper part of the zone. And the other thing he does is he comes in, he pitches both sides of the plate, but he really comes in on the right-handers, and then he throws that changeup that it has down and away movement to the right-hander. And the thing that makes it super effective is he just lives in that chase zone, right at the bottom of the K zone, a little bit below, right in it, right on it, just a little off. And he either gets weak contact or he gets changed because he gets chase, because the hitter's worried about getting blown up on the inner part of the plate. And so you're going to see tonight, we're stacking as many lefties as we can. Okay. Which you might think is crazy, but the lefties have hit about 70 points higher than the righties, and he punches the righties out, strikeouts, way more than the lefties. And today's the day with the wind blowing the way it is, I want to get as much contact as we can. And we look at the teams they played, and those teams, most all of them stacked the right-handers against him, which I think played right in his hands. Whether it work or not, who knows, but the lefties that we have in there, all of those guys hit lefties at a pretty high clip. And from an analytics standpoint, the splits are reversed for this guy, and we'll see what happens.
Coach, on our side, talk to us about Cade Obermueller. Going to pitch at home, back in his stomping grounds here. It'll be nice to have him pitching at Banks, I think.
Yeah, I think so too, and I'm excited to see Cade go out and throw tonight. I mean, he's a great matchup for these guys. Their splits are bad against left-handers compared to right-handers. So, in my opinion, if Cade is his best, I mean, it should be a really good night for him. And I hope that's the case. I hope we see the Cade that is out there and just competing and pounding that zone. And if they hit him, so what? And if he's that guy, I have a great feeling, and it'd be great if he could go deep in the game. Those decisions you have to make on Friday, if you have to make them in the 4th inning, when you're facing an ace like we're facing, man, those are tough decisions, because you don't want to burn guys in a loss.
Yes.
It just really puts you in a tight spot, or a tough spot as a coach on what you do at that point. So I'm hoping that the real Cade Obermueller shows up today.
Real quickly, Coach, no Ben Wilmus tonight. We'll go with Connor Hennings in left. Give Henny a shot.
It's just sad. I feel so sad for Ben. And it hurts the team, obviously, but here's Ben, been in the program his whole career and having that whale of a year, and one of our hottest guys, right now, and, getting clutch hits, and our leadoff guy, kind of the guy that makes us go. And, he hurts his leg in the 10th inning on Sunday, and he's not out here, and it's just disappointing. But
different.
Yeah, it feels different. But, the good thing with our team from a next man up standpoint is we got a lot of guys that we use in play. And so we're going to put guys out there But, you know, Connor Henning in his career here has always hit lefties well, and Connor hasn't had a lot of at-bats this year, and he hasn't had a great year, but I mean, in my opinion, you know, like this is a good matchup for him. And Connor has such awesome power, and with the ball carrying the way it is, the way the wind's blowing, you know, Connor gets on the barrel at all, it's going to go out of here. And, you know, why not give him a chance? I think his swing's been in a good place. Marty and I have been talking about it the last 2 weeks, really. It's, you know, watching him train, watching his swing, it's in a good place. And, you know, if he gets on base, Connor's a plus runner. And just matchup-wise, that made the most sense.
All right, Coach, good luck against the Ducks tonight. Let's get off to a good start.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Head coach of the Hawkeyes, Rick Heller, on our pregame show from Duane Banks Field. Series opener against Oregon coming up. Big Ten title on the line this weekend in Iowa City. We'll bring you starting lineups and first pitch right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game as a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season. Please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Welcome back to the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. This place is packed. Can't find a seat as we get ready for the series opener between the 5th-ranked Oregon Ducks and the Iowa Hawkeyes. Let's welcome in my color analyst, John Evans. Good to see you, John.
Hi, buddy. How are you?
I'm great. Let's roll.
Let's do it. I mean, this is, you heard Coach Heller say, and you and I had talked about it. I mean, this is why you do it. I mean, if you're an athlete that's given yourself to baseball, or you're a coaching staff, I mean, this is the weekend that you play for. And so here it is. Enjoy it.
Here we are. Another key theme from Coach Heller. Let's take it. We got no help from the Big Ten the last couple weeks. And the opportunity is here for Iowa to be Big Ten champions through the course of these 3 games. Let's take it.
Yeah, there's one team that enters this weekend in complete control of whether they win the Big Ten or not, and that's the Iowa Hawkeyes. And so, you know, you don't need help. You want help. You'd like to make it easy somewhere along the way, but you don't need it. It's in your hands. Play good baseball, play clean baseball. Leave here Saturday with a Big Ten championship.
Sometimes the things that are the most worthwhile are the hardest to obtain, and it's going to come down to the series, the regular season finale, as Oregon is in town. All right, we'll step aside for today's national anthem. We're back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Different people have different needs. Delta Dental of Iowa has affordable dental and vision coverage that meets you where you are. Small business on a budget? We have options with no employer costs. Traditional Medicare plans don't cover dental, but we do. And if you can't get benefits at work, you can buy direct from us. Plus, we give back to your community. Visit sharinghealthysmiles.com and choose Delta Dental. For your smile, for your health, for your community.
Iowa Hawkeyes women's basketball forward Hannah Stuelke teamed up with 22 and Vine at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort to bring you an exclusive creation, the Hamburger. This mouthwatering masterpiece features 2 delicious sausage and beef patties with crispy bacon jam, melted American cheese, and a perfectly fried egg, all nestled on a French toast caramelized brioche bun. Experience the Hamburger today, available only at 22 and Vine. It's a game changer.
National anthem is complete at Duane Banks Field, and the Hawkeyes are about to take the field ahead of game one of this three-game series with the Oregon Ducks. Before we get into this one, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball. All right, it's time for today's starting lineups. We'll go first with the visiting Oregon Ducks, ranked 5th in the country with a 38-13 record. They are 19-8 in the Big Ten, 2 games back from Iowa. The Ducks are 10-5 on the road. They have a 7-game win streak. They are 16-4 in their last 20. They hold an RPI in the teens, as John predicted last weekend. They are ranked 19th in the RPI. Under the direction of head coach Mark Wasikowski in his 6th season, who was previously at Purdue. So some familiarity between Coach Heller and Coach Wasikowski of the Ducks. Starting lineup for Oregon, Mason Neville, the center fielder, will lead things off, followed by the DH Dominic Hellman and first baseman Jacob Walsh. Middle of the order, Drew Smith in right, Anson Arrows in left. Maddox Maloney is the shortstop for Oregon, and he will bat 6th. 7, 8, 9 for Oregon. Berkeley Mabius, the catcher. Ryan Cooney, the second baseman. And Carter Garate, the third baseman. That is the batting order. Starting lineup for the Oregon Ducks. The Hawkeyes are taking the field now as we're set to get this one underway. Defensive alignment for the Hawkeyes. Left to right on the infield, Cooper Schulte at third, Gable Mitchell at short, Andy Nelson at second base. The starting first baseman is Caleb Wolf today. Outfield left to right, no Ben Wilmus, so we'll see Connor Hennings get the start in left. Miles Risley, the center fielder, and Kellen Strohmeyer out in right field for the Hawkeyes. Behind the plate doing the catching is Dan Rogers. And Cade Obermuller, the left-handed junior, gets the start for Iowa on the mound.
13 starts for Cade on the year. He's 4-2 with a 2.52 ERA. Has thrown a complete game. 71 in the third innings, giving up just 50 hits, 28 runs. Only 20 of those are earned. 28 walks and 99 strikeouts for Cade Obermuller. And boy, what a battle this will be between two of the best pitchers in the Big Ten. And so it's just important for Cade to kind of put down that first marker here in the top of the first inning.
We haven't seen Cade be his normal self the past few starts. This is the first time that he has pitched at his home field, his home ballpark, since late April against Indiana when he went 5 2/3. At Washington and over at Principal Park, Cade did not make it through the 5th.
No, gave up a run in Des Moines, gave up 2 at Washington, gave up 1 here in 5 2/3 innings. That was probably the best outing there, and even struggled a little bit at Michigan before that. So there was a run of crazy good from Cade with the 26 straight innings of scoreless baseball, earned runs. So it'll be, if he can find a little bit of that groove. It's a tough day to pitch. We've got a heavy wind blowing out. So, with a team that likes to hit home runs, he's going to really need to locate well and pitch with confidence.
As a team, Oregon has 96 home runs. That is first in the Big Ten, and that is 8th in the country. And none better, seriously, none better than this guy coming to the plate to start today's game. This is Mason Neville, the center fielder for the Ducks. Left-handed hitter, leads the country in home runs with 26. He's in the box, and we're ready to roll from Banks. First pitch from Cade Obermuller is swung on and missed. We are right on time, 6:02. First pitch is a strike from Obi.
94-mile-an-hour fastball, inner third.
Obermuller from the stretch, ready to pitch. Here comes the 0-1. Popped up. This is into right center field. Risley and Strohmeyer coming together. It's Strohmeyer camped underneath it. He makes the grab, 1 away.
That was 102 off the bat, launched straight up in the air. See why Neville might hit a few home runs with that type of swing. Cade located the fastball down and in. Good location there. Good first out.
Flipped over to the right side now. Dominic Hellman, 289 hitter. He's the DH for the Ducks. Iowa shifting heavily over to the left on the infield. First pitch from Cade. Slider just low. That's ball 1.
Yeah, there's 5 double-digit home run guys in the starting lineup for Oregon.
1 ball, no strikes on Hellman.
Cade with a deep breath. The pitch. Just inside, ball 2. With the fastball. Hellman with 11 home runs, 6 doubles. 2-0. Obermueller set and he pitches. Low and in again, ball 3.
Hey, you obviously don't want to lay one just easy right over the middle, but can't try to be too fine here, especially with nobody on base.
3-0 pitch. Outside corner, that's a called strike, 3-1. Chris Koski is the home plate umpire tonight. Tim Cordell at first. Timothy Winningham at second. Jake Bruner left side over at third. 3 balls and a strike. Base is empty on Hellman. Obermueller's pitch. Fouled it off. 3-2.
I was down on the field when Hellman walked past me. He is a grown man dude.
Specimen.
He is a big fella.
Full count. Cade's battled back. We'll see if he can get Hellman. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 out. Here's the pitch from Cade. Ground ball right side and past Wolf into right field. It's a base hit. Hellman beats the shift and splits Wolf and the first baseline, singling to right.
Yeah, Cade probably left that fastball a little up in the zone. Hellman did a good job. He was late, but poked it through the hole.
Back to the left side, a left-handed hitter in the box for the Ducks. This is Jacob Walsh. He started all 51 games for the Ducks. He has 17 home runs, 14 doubles.
Yeah, Oregon is 10 clear of any other team in the Big Ten with home runs.
Slider swung on and missed. Good start from Cade.
96 home runs on the season so far. Maryland is second with 86, and Maryland's played 2 more games.
Wow. Walsh has the second most in this Ducks lineup. The 0-1 pitch. Ground ball left side. That will split Mitchell and Schulte and get into left field. Back-to-back singles for the Ducks right away in the first.
2 ground ball singles that have beat the shift, so keep doing what you're doing. Trust your approach here.
That's right. In Cade's outings where he's not lasted very long, it has not been because teams have hit him. The free bases have gotten away from him. You feel a little bit at peace if teams start to put it in play rather than just giving it to him. First pitch snapped high and outside to Drew Smith, the cleanup hitter for Oregon, right fielder, right-handed hitter as well, batting .326.
And oddly enough, 2 home runs. Now he's played less games, but that's still considerably less than the rest of the gang.
1-0 is outside from Cade, missing with the fastball. Right, not a ton of extra base hits here in general, John. 2 doubles, 2 home runs, 1 triple, 17 RBIs in 86 at-bats. Dan Rogers is going to go out and talk with Cade.
But he is one of the few guys in the lineup with more walks than strikeouts. So a guy that can certainly turn it over if you're not careful here, as you see 2 balls and no strikes right away.
Oregon's lineup, they space it out pretty well when it comes to averages. You have a guy hitting over 300 and then a guy high 2s. Then back to 300, 300, mid 2s. They really space it well up and down the order. It's 2-0 on Smith, the pitch from Cade. That's a cross for a strike. Bottom of the zone, 2-1.
Yeah, I mean, you've got the first 8 hitters are .392 or above an on-base percentage. So, again, guys find their way on base, and the 9 hitters .387. So they're not lacking for opportunity.
2-1 is up and in. Smith showing the bunt. And the pitch floated on Cade a bit. Makes a big pitch here. First and second, 1 out in the first for Oregon. 3 balls and a strike. Cade from the belt. Pitches. Line drive into left center field. That's a base hit. They're giving the wave to Hellman. He's around third. He'll score. Oregon on the board first. It's 1-0 with 3 straight singles.
Yeah, unfortunately, a couple of these are you fall behind. Fell behind on Hellman and then fell behind Smith. So, they're looking for something more over the plate, ready to go.
1-0 Oregon. They've got runners at first and second and just 1 out. Here's Anson Arrows, starting left fielder for the Ducks. Junior batting .258. He has started all 51 games.
for Oregon. See if Cade can get off to a better start in this at-bat. First pitch to Arrows, outside corner, strike one. Backdoor breaker. Iowa playing Arrows straight up. Schulte hugging the line at third. There's another slider, high outside corner. It's a called strike, 0-2.
Almost identical pitches there. Cade's got the arsenal now. See where he tries to go.
Obermuller quickly comes set and delivers the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out with a high heater.
Strikeout number 100.
Triple digits for Cade. And Maddox Maloney comes up. Sophomore shortstop for the Ducks. He'll stand in from the right side. First and second and 2 outs. Maloney, a good hitter. .313, 13 home runs, 7 doubles. Oregon on top, 1-0 in the first. Cade's first pitch to Maloney is skied down the right field line towards Iowa's newly built clubhouse, and that'll go foul. Out of play, 0-1.
Yeah, you're not going to want to give up on any pop-up. You're going to want to make sure you're helping out your buddy. Every ball is going to be kind of blowing. It'll be hard to see with the high sun.
Obermuller set with the 0-1, checking the runner at second, now pitching. Swing and a miss, 0-2. High slider, Maloney was early.
Yeah, had him fooled there.
No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs, 2 on for the Ducks. They lead at 1-0 in the first. 3 hits in the inning. Cade ready. Try to get out of this jam. Here's the pitch. Runners take off. No, they'll throw it to second instead, but Cade spiked it, and Nelson had to knock it down. They had Walsh dead to rights at second base with a good throw.
Yeah, Walsh went on the foot lift, and Cade had him, but then I don't think he realized he had him. Might have been as much to get him back, and then it turns out he got him.
Now we're ready with the 0-2. Here it comes from Cade. Hit well to left. Hennings back in front of the wall. Connor looking up, and he makes the catch right in front of the track. Maloney just missed it. Limited damage done by the Ducks.
Yeah, pretty good job there of pitching around the 3 singles. They earned it. Moving on along.
Bottom of the first coming up. Ducks lead at 1-0. We're back in a moment. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. You'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org. A message from Iowa HHS.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bentgrass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
This game is sponsored by University of Iowa Healthcare Sports Medicine, delivering comprehensive care for competitive and recreational athletes of all ages. Same day, next day appointments available, no referral needed. Now offering state-of-the-art indoor and outdoor rehabilitation facilities at the newly opened North Liberty campus. Learn more by visiting uihc.org/sportsmedicine.
As we get to the bottom of the first inning, Iowa trails Oregon 1-0. The Ducks with 3 singles in a row to get on the board. And Iowa will look to answer here in the bottom of the first. Batting order for the Hawkeyes, Kellen Strohmeyer leading things off and playing right field, followed by Gable Mitchell, the shortstop, Reese Moore, the DH. Middle of the order, Caleb Wolf at first, Dan Rogers, the catcher, and Miles Risley in center. 7, 8, 9, Cooper Schulte at third, Andy Nelson at second, and Connor Hennings, the starting left fielder for Iowa today. And they will take on a left-handed junior for Oregon, Grayson Grinsell.
8-2 on the season with a 2.53 ERA. He's thrown 81 2/3 innings. just given up 55 hits, 25 runs, 23 of those are earned. He's walked 25, he's struck out 85. He has been outstanding in the last 2 months, really, in the whole Big Ten season. Fastball is going to get up there around 90. Then he'll showcase a changeup, a slider, and a curveball, but really likes to throw that fastball changeup as much as anything. And that's why Iowa stacked the lineup with left-handers. Kind of an unusual move. The mad scientist, Coach Heller, making some adjustments.
Kellen Strohmeyer will lead it off. Left-handed hitter facing Grinsell, the left-handed pitcher. First one to Kellen. Swing and a miss. Got a piece of the fastball. Warm and sunny day in Iowa City. Some semi-hazy skies. Don't really see any clouds, but it's warm today. The 0-1 to Kellen. Fouled back, 0-2. Firm wind blowing out to right today. Coach Heller's approach, as John was saying, more left-handers in the lineup to face this left-handed pitcher, which is atypical, generally speaking. 0-2 to Strohmeyer, that's high, eye level. But the Hawkeyes feel that Grinsell maybe doesn't have the command or the confidence to throw that changeup to all the left-handers. 1-2 to Strohmeyer, here it comes. Low inside corner, strike 3 called. The fastball. Good spot from Grinsell, one away.
Yeah, spotted up inside. Didn't show the changeup there. And you're trying to take away Grinsell's best pitch, the changeup, and see if you can get on time then for fastballs.
Gable Mitchell up with 1 out. Another left-handed hitter for the Hawkeyes. First pitch from Grinsell on its way home. Gable shows the bunt, puts it down the third base side, but foul. Angled his bat a little bit too much.
Yeah, trying to take advantage a little bit of the shift with third baseman on a little bit of an island there. That's Garate.
And he's still staying over towards the middle of the field. We'll see if Gable thinks about it again. Here comes the 0-1 pitch to Mitchell. That's outside, low and out. Missed with the change there. 1 ball, 1 strike. Right fielder Smith with his back against the wall out there. 1-1, Gable check swing. Called strike. Said that he offered. Either way, it's 1-2 on Gable. There was the changeup with a lot of downward angle.
Yeah, showed it up high, and boy, he just kind of falls off and in on the left-hander.
1-2 to Mitchell. Gable fouls it straight back. Identify the high fastball. Grinsell has a couple of complete games, one of them against UCLA.
Yeah, he's a guy that will get into the 90, 110, 115 pitch range.
1-2 to Gable. Hit him. Went breaking ball, got him right between the shoulder blades. Gable's on-base streak continues.
And that will that'll work. And again, that's why Coach Heller went with the lefties. You know, he had to go find a different pitch to try to get the out. Tried to throw a curveball there, just lost control of it. We talked about free bases can be really painful on a day like today. See if Iowa can do some damage with it now.
Here's a guy that can certainly do some damage, going through a little bit of a cold spell right now. It's Reese Moore, DH, left-handed hitter. First pitch to Reese in the dirt. Ball 1.
Grinsell isn't quick to the plate, but I'm not sure. Left-hander, he's got Gable with a little bit of a one-way lead right now.
Gable out past the cut of the grass over there. The 1-0 to Reese. In the dirt again, ball 2.
Now you hunt fastball in a real small tunnel.
Hitters count for Reese with the wind blowing out to right. See if he can get a hold of one if there's one to hit. 2-0, we'll wait for it. Quick throw over to first base.
Good read from Mitchell. He had that one. Saw it the whole way.
Gable stretching that lead at first base. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch to Moore. That's inside, ball 3. Close, but a good take from Reese.
Absolutely. Not going to be really anything he could do with that one anyway, so umpire wants to call it a strike, fine. We've seen Iowa with some green lights with 3-0. Wouldn't surprise me here early in the game if Reese has a green light.
We'll see. The 3-0 pitch is well outside and low. Couple of free bases given to the Hawkeyes in the first. Hit batter and a walk. First and second, 1 out. Here's Caleb Wolf. Iowa trails 1-0. Bottom of the first inning.
In Grinsel's last 4 starts, he hasn't allowed more than 2 free bases.
Wow.
So Iowa has matched that in 3 batters.
Here comes Caleb Wolf. Left-handed junior batting .373 for the Hawks. Big enough sample size, 118 at bats. First pitch to Caleb. Change up, called a strike. Low outside corner. Plenty of movement on that pitch from Grinsel. Iowa with a couple runners on, but looking for its first hit. The 0-1 to Wolf. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Wolfie looked like he was finding the power stroke there. Hunting for that first home run. You take advantage of the wind.
Opened up quite a bit, didn't he? 0-2 now. Got to watch out for that changeup. Grinsel ready. Catcher setting up outside the pitch. Caleb skies to left center field. Won't carry deep enough. It'll be the center fielder, Neville, that makes the catch. No tag from the Hawkeye base runners.
Yeah, the ball really, you think about how hard the wind's blowing out, but it really isn't carrying out to left. It'll carry over the batter's eye in center, and it'll carry out to right, which is another reason why a lot of left-handed hitters in the lineup's not a bad play.
Two outs. Here's Dan Rogers. See if he can get the base runners moving. First pitch to D-Raj. Swing and a miss. Fooled by the fastball. Non-committal swing from Rogers.
Yeah, I think he was, oh, that's not a fastball, and then realized it was a fastball in a perfect hitting location, but not going to make a move on that one.
0-1 to Rogers. That's high and out. 1 ball and 1 strike. The plan for Iowa is to sit fastball. They see changeup, not swinging at it anyway. So I think Rogers had a quick reminder of that. Count even at 1. 2 runners on. 2 outs. Iowa down 1-0. 1-1 pitch to Rogers. That's low and in. Ball 2.
Really good take there. That's a good pitch.
This is pitch number 20 for Grinsel in the first inning. Can Iowa make it hurt, make it a productive inning, get on the scoreboard? 2-1 is the count on Rogers, the pitch. Low and out, ball 3. Not going after the change, John.
Well, and that's, you were in on scout, and it's really easy to say don't swing at it. It's another thing to execute it. Iowa's done a decent job to good so far.
See if D-Raj gets something to hit. The 3-1. Outside corner, called a strike, 3-2. Boy, did Grinsel miss his spot or what?
Yeah, that wasn't even close to where he was aiming because I thought it was way outside. It was actually over the outer third, just not where he was set up at all.
Runners will be moving on the pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The pitch to Rogers. Popped up. Shallow left. Arrows sprinting forward. And he makes the play for the 3rd out. Rogers got under the fastball. Iowa leaves 2. We're through 1. It's Oregon 1, Iowa 0. Back for the 2nd after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game. As a proud sponsor of the ongoing recognition of our military during Hawkeye games this season, please join American Equity in thanking all who have served our country. American Equity is more than just retirement savings and income products. They are committed to providing you best-in-class service and high-quality retirement income that helps deliver the independence to dream and reach your goals. To learn more about American Equity, please visit their website at american-equity.com.
Leaders know there's no guide to greatness. When everyone else says something can't be done, they know it only hasn't been done yet. True leaders weather the fiercest storms and look deep within themselves to rise above and help others find their way forward. At Great Southern Bank, we're proud to partner with visionaries that help raise the tide for all of us. And when you're ready to bring your vision to life, we'll be right behind you with award-winning support.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Welcome back to Hawkeye Baseball. We can all help prevent suicide. There is hope with the 988 Lifeline. Call or text 988 now.
7, 8, 9 come to the dish for the Ducks in the second. Oregon leading 1-0 in the early going. Berkeley Mabius to lead it off. Mabius, the freshman catcher for Oregon. He'll bat from the left side. Listed as a switch hitter, but if he were a true switch hitter, he'd be going from the right side, so he must be just a lefty. Mabius in the box. First pitch from Cade. That's a fastball for a strike, bottom of the zone. 1-0 Oregon. They've got 3 hits. They rattled them off all in a row in the first inning. Oh, 1 from Cade. High fly ball, left field. Hennings is camped underneath it, and Connor makes the catch for out number 1.
See if Cade can settle in here. Got through the last couple outs of the first inning and get into a little bit of a good spot here.
Flip it over to the right side. This is Ryan Cooney, sophomore second baseman for the Ducks. .329 hitter. Played in all but 1 game for Oregon as Cade spins him a slider for strike 1. 9 doubles, 3 home runs for Cooney. And he's their speed threat. 13 stolen bases on the season. Important to try to keep him off base. He stands in on a fastball that about clipped him in the knees, 1-1.
We only care about one other game in the Big Ten today, but an interesting, Purdue scores the first 8 runs against Nebraska.
Oh boy.
Nebraska scores the second 8 runs. We're tied at 8, bottom of the 5th.
1-1 from Cade is waved at and missed, 1-2. Nebraska feel pretty good about getting into the Big Ten tournament, I suppose. They probably need just 1 against Purdue.
Yeah, I would think they're safe at 13. They're certainly safe at 14.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Cooney as Cade from the stretch delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a backdoor slider, 2 away. Our game of interest is UCLA Northwestern. How late are you staying up tonight, John?
I'd say that one starts in an hour and a half. Well, this is a weird series because I have to work tomorrow morning.
That's true.
It's not Friday. It's not Friday where I get tomorrow off. I've got to be ready to go tomorrow morning.
2 down for Carter Garate. One of 3 Ducks in the lineup that started all 51 games for them. First pitch strike from Cade, inside corner. Iowa, a game up on UCLA, 2 up on Oregon. Clear of USC, Michigan, Washington, the rest. 0-1 from Obi is bunted foul. He threw it up and in. And Garate flails to the turf.
I caught that off his fingers. You're not supposed to wrap your hand around the bat.
That certainly doesn't feel good. Count will be 0-2. Boy, that must have really got him.
you mentioned, started every game at third base. Hopefully it's just kind of sent some bees through his fingers and not anything any more serious than that. But yeah, you were mentioning Iowa's set. It's the weekend ends with Iowa in first, second, or third. That's Iowa's locked into those positions. UCLA is pretty much, I think they could maybe end up tied for, I guess they'd end up tied for third at worst. So UCLA playing for first, second, or third. Oregon's got a little more to play for as far as protecting seeding. But Iowa's done the important part, got into the top 4 seeds. Now you try the next most important part. I don't know what this matters, if it hit his hand or not.
Umpires are meeting, yes.
He didn't pull the bat back.
This place would go nuts if this got weird here, John.
Yes, that would.
Oregon, to stay alive for the title chase, they'd have to sweep Iowa.
Right. Their only opportunity to win the conference is to sweep here in Banks. If Iowa takes one, Oregon's eliminated. And then it would just be a matter of how UCLA does against Northwestern.
Garate's up, but hunched over.
Give him the magic spray they use on soccer players.
He is analyzing, shaking his left hand. And now Oregon's coach will talk with the home plate umpire.
And third base umpire said no, he did not try to pull the bat away.
Garate's trying to put his glove back on, and that produced some pain. He turned away and winced, trying to put his batting glove back on. It's 1-0 Ducks in the second. The count is 0-2 on the 9-hitter for Oregon. There are 2 outs. The bases are empty.
I guarantee I'm pulling my outfield in a step. Because I don't think he's going to swing with really any power this time, and he only has 1 home run anyway.
Now he's talking with the home plate umpire. I think we're ready to play ball, boys. Crowd getting a little anxious.
It was a lot of drama.
Yes. All right, here we go. It's 0-2 on Garate. Cade ready.
Spin it away.
Yes, I like that idea. From the belt, Obermueller pitches. Here's a high chopper left side foul to Schulte at third.
Fastball away. It got more plate than he meant to. Rogers was set up all the way in the right-hand batter's box. Cade inner third.
If he can hit that outside corner with the fastball, I think he'd get him. I mean, the slider's a good pick too, but he might be able to just get it by him here. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Went slider up and in. And Garate down on strikes. Back-to-back Ks for Cade. And we'll go to the bottom of the second inning with Iowa trailing 1-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Choose the best Honda with more Best Buy awards than any other brand. All Honda cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs are in stock and on sale. Honda is the best performance brand, best overall brand, and best value brand by KBB.com. To save on a new Honda, search your local Honda dealer today. Based on 2025 Consumer Choice Awards for Kelly Blue Book, visit KBB.com for more information.
Hawkeye Baseball is brought to you by Riverside Casino and Golf Resort. Stop by today for a relaxing massage at the spa, fine dining at Ruthie's Steak and Seafood, and so much more. Visit Riverside Casino and Golf Resort today, located minutes south of Iowa City.
John Evans and John Leo with you from the broadcast booth at Duane Banks Field in Iowa City. Series opener with the Oregon Ducks. Oregon on top 1-0, bottom of the second. Miles Risley will lead it off, followed by Cooper Schulte and Andy Nelson. Grinzel pitching for the Ducks. First one to Risley is swung on and missed.
Oh, we got our answer in. How easy is it going to be for the righties to lay off the changeup as he swings at the first one?
Coach Sutherland very clear in the scout. We're not swinging at the changeup early in counts. And Risley swung and missed at 2 of them now. I think Iowa's approach, the way it sounded to me, was almost going to be, we're taking a pitch anyway. Not in the mood to ambush right now. 0-2 to Risley. Fastball up.
If he can strike you out with 3 changeups in the zone, tip your cap, walk back to the dugout.
That's exactly what the message was, John. Exactly that. I don't think we need to be, I think we need to be driving this guy's pitch count up. Take 1 or 2. Risley fouls that one off, lunging for the fastball, 1-2. Miles, the center fielder for Iowa. Started all 50 games, he and Gable Mitchell. Averages dip below 300. Risley, a little bit of a cold spell. Ball and 2 strikes on him to start the bottom of the second. The pitch from Grinzel. Risley hits in the air, right center gap, right fielder backtracking just a bit. And Smith makes the catch in front of the track, 1 away.
Better, he sat on the fastball, was ready for it, but sounded like it was just a little bit off the end of the bat, not really solid contact.
Cooper Schulte getting the start at third base for Iowa this evening, and he's up now, standing in from the right side. Schulte, a .280 hitter. He's played in 44 games for the Hawks. 6 doubles, 3 home runs. First pitch to Coop. He swings at the first pitch and popped it straight up. Second base side, Cooney in shallow right makes the grab. 2 down. Again, I'm just not sure that swinging at the first pitch is a good plan for Iowa today against Grinzel.
No, a guy that generally fills up the zone anyway. You're going to get multiple pitches to hit. You're heading up there to ambush. Yeah, we'll see.
Here's Andy Nelson with 2 outs, base is empty. First pitch on the inner third, called a strike. One nothing Ducks, bottom of the second. 0-1 to Andy. It's a high changeup, called a strike, 0-2. Grinzel with a deep breath, and he pitches the 0-2 to Nelson. Strike 3 call. Low inside corner with the fastball. Iowa goes down quickly in the second. Ducks lead at 1-0. We're back for the third after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Hey there, sports fans. Hungry for a legendary experience? Look no further than Bumps Restaurants, proudly named after the legendary Bump Elliott. Nestled right at the Finkbine Golf Course on Melrose Avenue, Bumps is your go-to spot for mouth-watering meals. Present your ticket from today's game at Bumps and get a buy one appetizer, get the second appetizer free deal. Offer good through the next home game. See you soon off Melrose Avenue at the Finkbine Golf Course. Bumps Restaurant, a legendary place with legendary food.
Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels. Homewood Suites and Home to Suites by Hilton each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country.
On to the third inning at Banks. It's 1-0 Oregon. And they'll have the top of their order coming to the dish. Neville, Hellman, and Walsh.
So we don't get any further into the game, and I risk forgetting again. Today's my 26th wedding anniversary.
There we go. Congratulations.
Happy anniversary, Jen.
Awesome.
I outkicked my coverage.
Congratulations to you both.
Probably more to me. She's tolerated me for all these years. I mean, I guess if you get an award for that, she deserves congratulations.
1-0 Ducks in the third. Cade Obermueller pitching to Neville. Slider outside, ball one. One-0, swing and a miss. 1-1. Another slider. That one was in the zone from Cade.
That'll be interesting now as Cade has to go through and try to get these hitters out a second time. What the plan is.
One-one, just below the zone from Cade. A lot of sliders here. 3 sliders from Cade.
Yeah, showcased the fastball the first time in 51 walks, 50 strikeouts.
2-1, spun away, ball 3. You assume that several of those are intentional walks or the unintentional intentional walk?
Yeah,
pitch
exactly.
around?
Certainly, we're not going to throw you anything in a range.
3-1 on Neville. The pitch is hit well down the right field line. Thankfully foul. Whew. That was off speed from Cade out of the zone high, and Neville offered at it anyway.
Yeah, we just said he has 51 walks. He did not want to walk as he swung at ball 4. Now see if Cade can maybe bury one. And
full count, Cade ready. From the belt, kicks and fires. Foul tip just barely out of Rogers' mitt.
Fastball over right at the top, very top of the zone. Cade almost got it past him. I think now, again, if he can command that breaking ball away.
Another payoff pitch from Obermueller to Neville. Here it comes. Strike 3 called. He froze him. Neville tips the cap.
Yeah, he exactly did. He knew there was no complaint. There was no anything else. It was just, hey, that was pretty good. Here I go.
Great on great. Obermueller versus Neville. Cade wins that round. Here's Hellman, who got things started for the Ducks back in the first. He singled and scored. 1 away, bases empty. First pitch is a called strike.
Iowa goes into the shift again, but Caleb Wolf stays just a step over. He was right in the middle of the 2-seam of the turf. This time he's right on the 1-2 line.
0-1 is another called strike. Yeah, good adjustment by Caleb. Still a huge hole right at second base, but Cade's been using the spin. We'll see what he throws here on the 0-2 to Hellman. Cade set, kicks and fires. Swing and a foul tip. That caught Rogers on the thigh. I thought he got him. Great pitch from Cade.
I missed his spot again, I think, but just barely got a piece of it. Got a bigger piece of Daniel Rogers, I think.
It did.
Home plate umpire doing the catcher a solid. Goes out and talks to Cade for a little bit. Now he scuffs off home plate just to make sure. Gives Daniel the old pat on the head.
Checked all the boxes. Yep. I think we're ready.
Yep, that was. I think that's in a union contract.
Another 0-2, swing and a miss. Got him this time. 4 strikeouts in a row for Obermueller. He's dealing.
Yeah, somewhere in there, I think that's in the umpires union. That you got to take care of the catcher. Catcher's going to take care of you. You take care of the catcher.
All spin from Cade on Hellman there. What do you think of that, John?
Worked well. I like it.
Yes, stuck to it. Here's Jacob Walsh. Bases empty and 2 outs. Powerful left-handed hitter. First one from Cade. Swing and a miss late on 93.
Saw Cade throw a bunch of spin and thought, okay, I got it. Nope.
Cade operating from the middle of the rubber. He's ready with the 0-1. This is fouled back to the screen over to the Oregon on-deck circle, left side. Walsh frustrated with himself there. He knew that he missed that pitch from Cade, but it was a good one, bottom of the zone. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Fans getting behind Obermueller as Cade is ready. He grips it and rips it. Ground ball left side. Schulte knocks it down. He steps, he throws, and it's a 1-2-3 inning. Oregon goes down in order in the third. Iowa trailing 1-0. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Bottom of the third inning in Iowa City. Series opener with the Oregon Ducks. And it's 1-0 Oregon. 9-1-2 due up for Iowa. Connor Hennings starting left fielder, and then we'll flip it to the top, Strohmeyer and Mitchell. Hennings in for Ben Wilmus, who was injured in the final moments of the game against Oregon State on Sunday. And as much as it hurts the team, we hurt for Ben, who's poured so much into the program.
Yeah, there aren't a lot of guys that spend 4 years at a program anymore. And I remember calling some of Ben's first games. And we'll see. Hopefully he'll have a role here somewhere along the way.
Connor Hennings up first in the third. First pitch is across for a strike from Grinsell, who's yet to allow a hit. Almost a time through the order. A couple base runners from Iowa via the free base. Grinsell settling in. 0-1 to Hennings. Swung on and missed. 0-2.
Now the kicker is if Grinsell figures out Iowa's going to take the first pitch, he took something off that first fastball and just kind of laid it in there and then got to the changeup.
0-2. Hennings taps foul to the left side. Probably the best changeup Iowa's seen all year.
Yeah, there was I don't remember the Stetson kid's name now, but he really leaned heavy on it, liked to throw it. Iowa did a really nice job with him. Mm-hmm. See if Iowa can duplicate that here a little bit.
Another 0-2 to Hennings. Connor lines into left field for a base hit. Right in between short and third. Hennings with a 2-strike single. Coach Heller pulls the right string to start Hennings in left.
Henning goes up, gets that high fastball. It's actually probably above the zone, but saw it, liked it. Good quick bat. First hit of the game for the Hawks.
And now we'll flip it over to the top of the order. Here's Kellen Strohmeyer. Wind continuing to blow out to right. Here comes the big string of left-handers. It'll be 5 in a row now for Iowa. First pitch to Kellen. Outside, missed with the change. 1-0 Ducks, bottom of the third, in front of an absolutely packed Dwayne Banks Field this evening. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch to Kellen. Outside corner, called a strike. Great take.
Yeah, you're not going to criticize. And if he can float that changeup, especially on the outer part, that's just begging for a double play ball.
Third baseman, Garate in on the grass. Long pause from Grinsell. Here's the 1-1 to Strohmeyer. Low inside corner, called a strike. 1-2, about the same spot that Kellen struck out back in the first. Can't be too selective here. Kellen got a battle with 2. Nobody out. Hennings at first base. Grinsel from the stretch. The southpaw ready with the 1-2. Here it comes to Strohmeyer. Way outside, 2-2. Mitchell on deck. More to follow. Count even at 2. Grinsel checks on Hennings at first, now delivers. Connor takes off. Kellen ripped it foul down the right field line. Hit and run on for the Hawks. That would have produced had that landed to the left of the right field white line.
Boy, great job from Kellen to stick with the changeup that was going to be buried down and in. Saw it. Henny was not a great jump, so he really needed to protect him. You can run on Grinsel, not quick to the plate, and throws the changeup a lot.
It's a good point, John. See if he's going again. He is not. 2-2 is low and out. Ball 3. Great discipline from Kellen. Coach Heller talked about opportunities in the Washington and Oregon State series. Maybe a little opportunity brewing here for Iowa in the third. Full count pitch to Strohmeyer. We'll wait for it. Throw over to first instead. Hennings is back. Kellen batting .311. 3 home runs, a couple doubles. Just need him to get on base here. 3-2 to Kellen. Swing and a miss. Grinsel buried that low and in on Kellen. He's out number 1.
Yeah, that was, again, that's why Iowa has the lefties, is that's the pitch they didn't think Grinsel could execute. So full cap tip there as he does it perfectly.
And now Gable Mitchell's up with 1 away. Henning still at first base. The good lead to the cut of the grass. Gable was hit by a pitch his first time up. Third baseman Garante still protecting against a possible bunt. They'll throw it over to first again. Henning's able to get back without diving. So Connor appears to have a pretty good read on the move. If Gable's going to bunt, don't you think it'd go down the first base side, John?
Yes.
Grinsel ready. Long pause. Now he pitches. Hennings takes off. Gable swings and misses. Throw to second. He is called out. Hennings slid the bag.
So he was safe. I thought he beat it, but Coach Heller will challenge, I believe.
Good throw down there. And Henning slid through the bag. I think we should check with Connor first before we waste a challenge here.
Is Connor saying he was out?
And we've committed to the challenge now. And Coach Cropley at first base looks in the dugout and says he was out. Can we cancel this? I'm afraid not.
I don't think it works that way.
And we're going to waste a challenge.
So we got that going for us.
There'll be 2 outs in the inning now, assuming that Hennings is out. Iowa trying to run. One nothing Ducks, bottom of the third. Mitchell will be down in the count, 0-1.
Coach Heller out talking to one of the umpires while the challenge is going on.
Wonder what that would be about.
I didn't really mean it.
Yeah.
Did he lift his hand off the bag? at this point, unless they're having technical difficulties, it's taking longer than you would have expected.
Iowa has not really been a base stealing team, and that wasn't a true steal. And I think it was I think Gable was trying to cover him. What do you think, John? I mean, the pitch was a changeup. It wasn't Gable's true swing. That's what I'm noting.
No, and whether all of a sudden there's been some pitch comm issues, where you think it's a hit and run or it's not a hit. We saw Gable on Sunday swing at a pitch basically at his eyes.
Yeah.
I think he thought hit and run. It was not a hit and run with him having 2 strikes, but
this is taking quite a long time. Iowa has its first hit of the game, but possibly wiped away by the caught stealing. All right, here come the umpires. Here's the call. Yeah, Hennings is out. And so now it's 2 outs for Gable. Base is empty.
the scoreboard killed the count, so
it is 0-1. Grinsell can go back to the windup now. He delivers the 0-1 to Gable. Popped straight up. Maloney, the shortstop behind second base, makes the catch for the third out. Iowa ultimately goes down in order. We're through the third at Banks. 1-0 Ducks. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Well, it's our biggest harvest ever thanks to Pioneer brand Z-Series Enlist E3 soybeans.
Yeah, fastest growing trait technology, the new standard for weed control. Amazing yields.
You don't sound happy.
I guess I just hate it when a great season ends.
Hey, remember what Coach said back in high school?
Just wait till next year.
See why more farmers are switching to America's #1 soybean trait technology at pioneer.com/grow-enlist.
Across Iowa, you don't have to look far to find a bank that's got your back. From just around the corner to the next town over, hundreds of neighborhood banks are going the distance to ensure your future looks brighter than ever. By providing jobs, supporting local businesses, strengthening communities, and helping your dreams become reality. Here, the life you build is backed by Iowa banks. See how banks are making a difference near you at iowabankers.com.
In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. That includes the fuel in our vehicles. So when you fill up, pump it up with unleaded 88 and support Iowa's corn farmers. As we head to the top of the fourth inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Iowa Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
John Evans and John Leo in the broadcast booth at Banks in Iowa City. It is 1-0 Oregon, top of the fourth coming up. And the Ducks will have 4, 5, 6, Smith, Arrows, and Maloney due up.
So we talked earlier about the Big Ten tournament. It starts Tuesday of next week.
Right fielder, Drew Smith.
All the higher seeds, 6 and up, mostly will play on that first day. Iowa will not be involved in day one.
No question about that, right?
No question about that.
First pitch is lined into right. This is going to be trouble. Getting down into the corner. Strohmeyer hustling over. Smith around first, headed for second. Leadoff double for the Ducks in the fourth.
It's a good pitch from Cade, too. Down and away outside of the zone. Went and just poked it out there.
Left fielder,
if Iowa wins the Big Ten, if they're the 1 seed, first game will be Thursday. If they're the 2 or the 3 seed, first game will be Wednesday.
Okay.
And then the difference between the 2 and the 3 seed is when your second game is. So.
Got it. Love going to Omaha, John. We've had some good times over there.
We had a good time 2 years ago.
Yes.
Last year we learned rules. Sliding lane and the like.
Yeah. I think I might have set a record on drive time from Omaha to my apartment. I was so mad. I was white knuckling the thing all the way home. First pitch lined into left. Hennings will pick it up. They'll throw the stop sign on arrows. 5th hit of the game for the Ducks. And they've got their first 2 hitters on. At the corners, nobody out.
Yeah, probably a little more.
Shortstop.
A little more up in the zone than you're looking for with the breaking ball from Cade. It's all right. Buckle in here. Probably still take a ground ball double play, but
tough with the shift the way it is. First pitch, pop this up. Shallow right. Strohmeyer sprinting forward. Nelson going back. Strohmeyer in right makes the catch. No tag anywhere. Quickly the throw comes in. Very well done by Cade to throw a good pitch that Maloney went after, and then Strohmeyer to make that catch.
That is a tough play from Stroh, too, because he's basically got his heels on the warning track. And so then to have a ball popped up in front of him, he is sprinting in, trying to get his eyes settled. And now Iowa would take a nice little 4-6-3 double play.
Mabius is up. He stands in from the left side. Iowa down 1-0, but Oregon threatening in the 4th. First pitch. Here's a bunt right back to Cade. Cade picks it up, flips it home. He's safe at the plate. They called him safe. Smith got his hand in there before Rogers could tag him, and the home plate umpire was adamant about it. Rogers looking over to the dugout. Are we going to challenge this? The Hawks will challenge this one.
Wasn't a great flip from Cade. Yeah, Cade's flip was high. I think he's safe. Looking at the FS1 replay, I think he's going to be safe. And
we finally fielded from the pitching position, but the throw wasn't great. The toss wasn't great. And there's a lot of speed coming down the line from Smith. And a good slide, too. That's the underrated part of that.
Yeah, he slid to the far foul side of it. Got out into the far batter's box. I mean, obviously the run's a big deal, but now you lose this challenge, and because you kind of wasted the one with Hennings before, you're out of challenges in the top of the 4th inning.
I suppose you feel like you have to challenge this one. Close enough, maybe. I mean, they don't have replay down there in the dugout, so.
Right, you're depending on what what Daniel Rogers tells you and what it kind of feels like, what you saw there behind on your angle. I mean, obviously the Iowa bench has a great angle of that play, but just on the quick replay I saw, I don't expect this to go Iowa's way.
It'll likely be 2-0 Ducks. Here's the verdict. The crowd's going to go nuts, but I'm with you, John. Safe at the plate. 2-0 Oregon. It wasn't a great bunt by Mabius, John. Right back to Cade.
No, it wasn't a great bunt. The problem was Cade didn't make a very good throw. Well, Warren Nolan had the starting game time wrong for Northwestern UCLA.
Pump faked us.
Iowa getting the help they need. Northwestern 4, UCLA 0. Top of the 3rd inning. We've seen UCLA do this before, though. So
that's right.
We'll slow our roll here a little bit.
Just an early update. 1st and 2nd for the Ducks. Just one out. 2-0 Oregon in the 4th. Cade from the stretch pitches high and out. 2 balls and no strikes.
Now, we've seen this before. You get a call that doesn't go your way or something doesn't quite go your way, and Iowa has had an issue of compounding that.
Here's the 2-0. He committed to that slider low and in. 2 balls and a strike.
Iowa catches a break there.
Next pitch from Cade. Low and in, ball 3.
Yeah, when the guys are hitting singles off of you, you can live with that. This is now a spot where Cade needs to buckle in, get a good pitch.
3-1, high and out, ball 4. First free base allowed from the mound.
Third baseman Carter Garrotti.
And Coach Kenny will come out of the Iowa dugout and go ahead to the mound, talk with Cade. 2-0 Ducks, top 4. They have the bases loaded, 1 out. Out hitting Iowa 5-1. The batter will be Garate, whom Cade struck out back in the second.
You're not going to get 4 or 5 runs off Grensel.
Right.
So you need to slow this roll right here, right now.
I agree.
And Coach Heller even talked about this with you in the pregame interview of if Cade continues to labor here, you know, who do you go to in the bullpen? Do you
right?
I'm not going to say concede the game, because with the wind blowing out, there's all kinds of opportunity. But do you not go to a Tony Watts like you normally do on Friday, or Grant Hogue? Do you pick a different guy here?
This is a series-long battle. You know, we can't really do anything today.
Yeah, Iowa's magic number on Oregon is 1.
Right.
It's 2 against UCLA. It's 1 against Oregon.
Bases loaded. First pitch, high fly ball, right field. Strohmeyer over towards the line and towards the wall, and it is gone. Garate with a grand slam. 6-0 Ducks. You got to be kidding me.
Pure, absolute ambush. I think his hand's fine.
Center fielder Mason Neville.
Garate's second home run of the year. It's the biggest one you can hit. Here's Neville. First pitch swinging and missing. Grand slams are killers. Gave one up to Oregon State, too.
Came back and tied that game, though.
0-1 is up and in. Did Neville hold up? He did. It's 1-1.
Now you need Cade to battle. You need him to start eating innings and get into this.
Count even at 1. Pitch from Cade to Neville. That's a cross for a strike, 1-2. That's a good point there, John, that maybe we didn't consider at the beginning of that conversation about the pitching plan.
Yeah, Cade can stay in and keep doing work now.
He's going to have to. We're in the 4th. 1-2. Inside, backing Neville off the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Neville is 0 for 2 today with a strikeout.
Again, now, depending on if you're thinking about whether you're going to play Wednesday or Thursday of next week, you also don't want Cade to throw 110 pitches here.
2-2, swing and a miss. Obermueller strikes out Neville for the second time tonight. That's a good point as well, John.
Designated hitter Dominic Hellman.
Talking to Connor down on the field before the game, and we're talking about how this game has this day has the 30-16 feel to it.
It does. Fly ball hit foul down the right field line by Hellman. And that's the interesting point. It's early. Plenty of time. The wind isn't going to stop. And Iowa's got a dugout full of fighters down there. 0-1, hit on the ground, left side, and past both Mitchell and Schulte, who dove toward each other. Hellman is on with a 2-out single.
Mitchell got glove on it, just couldn't pull it in.
First baseman Jacob Walsh.
And the Ducks have batted around now as Jacob Walsh will come up. He'll be the 9th hitter in the inning, rather. And Dan Rogers going to go out and talk with Cade Obermueller. I am wholesale, full agreement with you, John. Cade, no matter what, needs to get us to the 6th. I don't think that it's a good idea to make a change this early.
Right. I don't think you mailed this in quite yet. Give your offense at least a few more at-bats, a few more halves of innings to see if they can make a rally and put something together.
So here's Walsh with 2 outs. Lefty on lefty matchup. First one from Cade. Hit on the ground is short. Gable's got it. He'll throw it across to first base for the 3rd out. Big inning for the Ducks. They score 5, including a grand slam. Oregon 6, Iowa nothing. We're back for the bottom of the 4th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
I'm Wyatt Black, defensive line, Iowa. On the field, I take on double teams, stop the run, and sack the quarterback.
Sullivan now runs for his life, and he's obliterated by Y.A. Black. Here's the snap, the spot.
Yes, and it's blocked it. Kick is
Don't touch it. Don't touch the ball. Hawks get it back. Y.A. Black, that man, what a momentum shift there.
Off the field, I help my body's defense by choosing vaccines that are right for me. Ask your doctor or healthcare provider which vaccines are right for you.
A message from Iowa HHS.
The passion, the tradition, the rivalries. SiriusXM is your destination for all things college sports, and we've got you covered. On SiriusXM College Sports Radio, there's complete coverage of every major conference, including live games, plus 24/7 talk and analysis. So cheer along on the SiriusXM app and listen to your favorite team anywhere. And now you can get 3 months of SiriusXM free. Subscribe now. See offer details at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 24.
At the game or at home, Wimmer's premium quality hot dogs and sausages will score with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork and you get the best tasting hot dog. Wimmer's, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes.
All right, let's get the comeback started early. Bottom of the 4th, Oregon 6, Iowa nothing. Grand slam from Carter Garate in the last inning. 2nd home run of the season.
2nd grand slam of the season.
It wasn't even Neville or Walsh. Had to be the 9-hitter and the guy that doesn't have hardly any power. But
it wasn't
1 through 9.
Crushed as I thought it was. Just
oh, no.
99 miles an hour off the bat. 49-degree launch angle. Just got it up in the wind. And it was going to carry out of that line anyway. But
big trouble when I saw Kellen kind of jog. Here's Reese Moore. First pitch to him is up and in on the hands. Ball 1. All right, comeback effort, John. Start with base runners.
Well, it starts with base runners. It starts with good at-bats. Patience, not chasing pitches. You can't hit a 6-run home run.
1-0 to Reese. Line sharply foul. Over towards the clubhouse, 1-1. Reese walked back in the 1st. Rinsel on the mound for the Ducks. He winds and fires. Reese hits a spinner over to 1st. Walsh backhands it. Will flip to Grinzel. Close play at the bag, but Reese is out. Last minute decision by Walsh at 1st to flip it to the covering pitcher.
First baseman Caleb Wolf.
And here's Caleb Wolf now.
Pitch was probably a strike, but it's that changeup up in the zone, and Reese couldn't get barrel on it. Oh, UCLA gets out of the jam.
Northwestern gets out of the jam.
Yeah, sorry. Northwestern was...
What was going on there, John?
UCLA had the bases loaded after a single and 2 hit by pitches. So 1 out, bases loaded, and LeVue lines into a double play to end the inning. Northwestern still 4-0 over UCLA.
On to the 4th in LA.
It's a long ways to go there.
Oh, my goodness. I turned it off. I'm not even checking it.
Feels like there's a long way to go here. There's a really long ways to go there.
2 balls and no strikes on Caleb Wolf. The pitch. Caleb chopped foul off his foot. That was pitch number 50 from Grinsell, the bottom of the 4th. It's a pretty good pace.
After 20 in the first, 22 in the first inning, yeah. He's settled in nicely. And
he doesn't need much run support.
No, this would seem like plenty. So, again, Iowa's going to have to just start stringing good at-bats.
2-1 to Wolf. That's up and in. Caleb turns away.
I mean, last start, he beat Washington 5-0. Start before that, he lost to Michigan State 2-0, so we got no run support.
Wolf fouls it off to the left. Yeah, that was Jerwa versus Grinsell.
He won 4-2. He won 2-1 against UCLA.
He's gone over 100 pitches in his last 5 starts.
Yeah, 6 of his last 7.
3-2 to Wolf. Here it comes. Fouled off.
His last 9 have all been a 95 or more. So it's going to take a lot of good at-bats and some pressure if you're going to chase him, because he's their best. So they're not going to just randomly hook him.
Another payoff pitch to Wolf. Here it comes. Hit well down the left field line. Arrows running over. Ball's not carrying out over there. And he makes the play near the line.
You're going to have to... Left-handers are going to have to pull the ball.
Yeah, I was just looking at my notes here. We've hit a ton of fly balls today. They've all been to left or left center. We have 1 to right. All these lefties in the lineup got to get turned around on it. It's not coming in too hot, upper 80s. There's some extension from Grinsell, but 2 outs for Rogers. First pitch to him is over for strike 1.
Yeah, Grinsell and Jerwa are probably your 2 front runners for Big Ten Pitcher of the Year.
Yeah.
Cade's there, but he's probably 3rd, especially today.
Yeah. I think it was a three-dog race there until recently.
Yeah, unfortunately, Cade will have been on. Cade in the Friday games against Michigan State and Oregon will be on the wrong side of the outing.
Yes. We'll see what Iowa elects to do pitching-wise here, as we're in the bottom of the 4th. Oregon 6-0. 2-1 pitch to Rogers. Chase the changeup. 2-2. See if Rogers can get on base here. The 2-2. Line drive right to a shifted Maloney at short. Iowa goes down in order in the 4th. We're back for the 5th after this. The Ducks lead at 6-0. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
What does it mean to be locally owned and operated? For Cenex, it means everything. It means that we know if you take your coffee to go or if you like to stay a while. It means we've helped Little Leagues get jerseys and local festivals get funding. It means we know what our communities need. So you'll always leave Cenex with a full tank, full of snacks, or full of smiles. Or all of the above. And that means the world to us. Cenex, powered locally.
Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
As a proud sponsor of the Iowa Hawkeyes, U.S. Cellular wants you to make the most of today by choosing game day traditions first and scrolling later. U.S. Cellular, built for us.
6-0 Oregon as we're on to the top of the 5th inning. And Cade Obermueller back out for another inning of work. Gave up 1 run in the first, 5 there in the 4th. Cade's given up 7 hits. Only 1 free base, but this Oregon offense very talented.
Yeah, up and down the lineup. Obviously, they've got potential. I see Emily Sparks.
Sparky in the house?
Sparky and Cal are in the house. I know I've seen Ethan too, Director of Operations for Volleyball, Iowa Volleyball. I saw you got to make a graphic today, or the other day.
Yes. Couple big volleyball commits. First pitch swinging is Drew Smith. He fouled it back. Smith doubled in the 4th. He would later score. He's also singled in a run, so he's been very good for Oregon so far against Cade. There's a slider for a strike, top of the zone. 6 feels like plenty for the Ducks with Grinsell on the mound, so Iowa will need to hold them here. 0-2. Fastball high and out.
Grinsell with 2 complete games on the year. Again, not afraid to just ride their horse and let him go, and
sure,
he's incredibly efficient.
Obi's 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got Smith the first out in the 5th inning.
There's strikes 2 and 3 right there.
Left fielder.
And that'll bring up the 5-hitter, Anson Arrows.
Michael Barnett leads the Big Ten in wins from UCLA. He's 9-1. Hasn't been the full-time starter, though. Grinsell has the most wins for the full-time starter, tied with Jerwa. They're both 8-2.
Arrows takes downstairs, ball 1. I guess we've seen Grinsell maybe enough now, John. If you go Grinsell versus Jerwa with your eyes and your knowledge of the sport, if you had a vote.
Well, if I had a vote, you still kind of have to look at numbers, and Jerwa kind of wins.
Okay.
Wins there, you know. The ERA is close, but Jerwa is right at 2. Grinsell and Obi are at 2.5.
2-0 on Arrows. The pitch outside corner, 2-1.
Obi leads the league in strikeouts. Jerwa's right behind him, and Grinsell's a little ways further back. And Jerwa's only walked 19 batters this year.
Isn't that something?
I mean, that is pretty amazing.
2-1. Cade is ready. He pitches. Similar but high. Ball 3.
Jerwa's given up 56 hits. Grinsell's given up 55. I mean, they're very similar when you look across. Batting average. You know, if you said I'm going to start my team with either one of them, you'd probably be thrilled. 3-1
is swung on and missed. There's some really good pitching in the Big Ten.
Yes, and I mean those 2 and 3. Obviously, Cade hasn't been great today, but he's competed and battled. Obviously, season long, he's been really good.
3-2, slice down the right field line. That will go foul.
And those 3 have kind of separated themselves. Kyle McCoy's been pretty good out of Maryland too, 6-2, under 3 ERA. So certainly no slouch, but you're probably going to see your 3 first-team pitchers will be guys we've seen this year.
Payoff pitch, way outside. Walks Arrows. He's on for the 2nd time today.
Grinsell's thrown a couple complete games. Jerwa's thrown a shutout.
Yeah, I'm with you, John. I mean, it's close. There's a lot to dissect there. I think I probably lean Jerwa. I mean, Jerwa's won pitcher of the week in the Big Ten 4 times this year.
And I think the other argument I'd make for him is he doesn't have the support that Grinsell has offensively.
Maloney skies one down the left field line. Henning's running over. Connor's still running in foul ground now. And did he make the catch? Just ran out of room. Foul ground out of play. Good effort from Hennings.
I think if he could have got there maybe a step sooner, he took a little bit of a wind, played some tricks on him. It was blowing it back to him, but just a little bit of a circular route to it. And then the ball was just out of his reach.
Oregon really elevates, don't they? They've hit a ton of high fly balls. Next pitch, this is hit well to right. Strohmeyer back. He will run out of room and watch it go. That's a line drive home run opposite field by Maloney. And it's 8-0 Ducks in the fifth.
That's another one. Just left it up in the air. Left it up in the strike zone. And you mentioned how they were all elevated. That one really wasn't. That was just barrel and gone.
Catcher, Berkeley.
Base is empty and one out. Mabius up for the Ducks. He laid down the bunt that brought home a run to get things started for Oregon in the fourth. First pitch from Cade. In there for a strike, inside corner. We're in the fifth inning. It's Oregon 8, Iowa 0.
Cade's only walked 2, but unfortunately both of them have been in front of a home run.
Here's the 0-1. High chopper up the middle. Gable gloves it to the right of second. Throw on the run to first is in time for the second out of the inning. And Ryan Cooney coming up. He walked his last time at the dish. Lefty on righty matchup. First pitch strike from Cade. This will be pitch number 80 for Cade, who's thrown 4 2/3, given up 8 hits, 8 runs, 7 strikeouts, couple walks. 0-1 from Obi. Fouled off to the right.
Yeah, I would guess now you start thinking about next week. And with Cade in the 80s, and he'll pitch on, he might pitch on full rest to 7 days, but with the potential for a 6 days rest.
0-2, here's the pitch, way out. I anticipate this would be it.
I would guess so. You got him through 5. Saw Bryson Walker jogging down to the bullpen.
1-2 pitch. Off the plate away from the right-handed hitter Cooney. Cade looking to get Cooney to send us to the bottom of the fifth. Obermuller ready. The pitch. Just dropped it low and in with the slider all the way across the zone. And the count's full.
Make sure you finish this inning right now if you're Cade.
There's a foul ball straight back to the screen. We'll do it again at 3-2. Obermuller pitching to Cooney. Here it comes. Lined back to the Iowa on deck circle to the right.
A lot of good games across the Big Ten tonight.
Close games, wow.
Hello.
Another 3-2, here it comes. Where'd that miss? Just low. Ball 4, Cooney walks. And we'll see Garate now, who hit the grand slam in the fourth.
That manager gets a workout running down to first base to grab all the gear that these guys have on. Don't just hand it to their first base coach.
He doesn't want it. 2 outs, runner at first. Couple walks in the inning from Cade.
Tyler Cropley looks well armored most of the time
Yeah.
if Iowa has a rally going.
First pitch to Garate. It's across for a strike. He was first pitch swinging his last time up. Not the case in this at bat. 0-1 from Obi. Swung on and missed. Call it a foul ball. What are they going to call here?
He is
going to make the runner go back to first. I have no idea what they just called right there.
I think he called a foul ball, and Cade just about died.
D-Raj popped up, and he threw that on a low liner to second.
Yeah, so I think that was a foul tip. That's why Daniel really didn't throw it or care.
Cade in the driver's seat here, 0-2. Taking his time from the belt. Cade brings it home. Slapped foul to the left side.
So watch Garate's be his left index finger. I don't know whether that's a function of getting hit by the pitch or I didn't notice before, but he holds it off the bat.
Does not fully grip the bat. Next pitch. Oh, he let go of the bat. Look out into the stands over the Iowa dugout. It's a strikeout. Everybody's all good in the stands. And Garate with the hand injury. Maybe he should grip the bat with all of his fingers.
I just said it. He doesn't have the grip with that finger, but wow, that was close.
Looks like everybody's okay in the stands. We're through the top of the fifth. Oregon adds two more. It is 8-0 Ducks. Back after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Lairfield.
Brown Deer Golf Club offers a pure golf experience. Manicured bent grass fairways with tees and greens carved into gracefully rolling landscape. Challenging, yet extremely playable. Improve your game with PGA instruction and our full-service pro shop. Treat yourself to Bunker's Bar and Grill for lunch or dinner. And our scenic Greenview Banquet Room is perfect for weddings or any special event. Brown Deer Golf Club, a stunning country club setting at affordable public rates.
Hello, Hawkeye fans. This is Ben McCullum, the head coach of the Iowa men's basketball team. Returning to Iowa City as the head coach is a dream come true. The passion of Iowa fans is unmatched, and I'm incredibly excited to get started on this new journey together. I look forward to seeing our fans on campus across the state and throughout the nation. Here's to big things coming and an exciting future ahead. Go Hawks!
For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by Molly's Cupcakes in downtown Iowa City for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes is a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
Bottom of the fifth inning in Iowa City. So far, all Oregon. 8-0 Ducks.
Hey, look, Mom, I took my glove to a game and I caught a bat.
Woo!
Well,
haven't seen that.
No, we are just, every time I think, we do something that I'm like, oh yeah, I haven't seen that in a while. I come back from Scotland, I come back to a tie. Haven't seen that.
Nope.
That last tie that Iowa played in, Coach Heller coached the other team. And I haven't seen a bat end up in the crowd in my 4 years of doing this.
Plenty of protective netting around here as Risley takes strike one. But that got over the Iowa dugout and above the, I don't know, how many feet tall do you say that net is, John?
That's a good one. I mean, that's 15.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Here's a sharp ground ball to third. Garate's got it. And he throws out Risley.
Yeah, it's kind of been one of those days so far. That's 105 off the bat.
All of our system today.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you're going to do it, stockpile it all into a bunch of one bad day. Coop was first pitch swinging his last at bat. I would love to see him take a pitch here.
Popped out to second. Schulte up. He shows the bunt. Pitch missed low and in. Grinzel approaching 65 pitches. We're in the 5th. We'll see what they do with him.
Yeah, they'll start looking kind of in the same way.
1-0, swung on and missed. Change up below the zone.
Just got to take.
Yep, got to take
the pitch here. Now it'll change a little bit, but you're ahead in the count. Make him throw you strikes.
Below the zone, 2 balls and a strike. I'll have to see if I can remember Coach Sutherland's message, but
pretty emphatic about it.
Yeah, I thought it was that Iowa was going to be taking until they had a strike. Here's the 2-1. Cooper fouled this straight back.
That's another changeup off the plate. He's seen 4 balls and the count's 2-2. And again, I say that and it sounds incredibly critical. Like it's really easy to pick that up.
Oh, for sure.
But
counts 2-2. Pitch to Schulte. Ground ball left side. Garate bobbled this one. Schulte's on. Tough play for the third baseman. Tried to pick it off the turf on a short hop.
Yeah, really
kicked off the heel of his glove.
Yeah, it was really about his only play. He was actually, they weren't playing Coop to pull really at all. And so when Coop turned on it, he had to come back. Third baseman had to come to his right. Couldn't get onto the hop, so he had to try to take a short one and scoot it up the heel of his glove.
Here's Andy Nelson. Struck out his first time up.
Nebraska was down 8-0 against Purdue. They now lead the game 11-9. So I'm just throwing that out into the karmic atmosphere there.
Sure, possibilities. I'm afraid Grinsel's a better pitcher than what Purdue's got.
Whatever Purdue had was agreed.
0-1 on Andy with 1 out runner at first. Here's the next pitch. That's high. You'd think for Oregon, Grinsel wouldn't necessarily need to go the distance. And their bullpen arms, they probably don't feel like they need to throw their best.
Well, because again, if you're Oregon, you're thinking about one.
Ooh, that is a brutal call. Way high and out. Called a strike, 1-2. That changeup wasn't even close.
Yikes. But yeah, I mean, they're really locked into one of the top 4 seeds. So if you're ahead here and you start kind of pedaling that way.
Fastball way out. Try back pick throw to first. Coop's back.
You know, the 2 and the 3 seed play on Wednesday. The 1 and the 4 play on Thursday. So if you're comfortably ahead, there's no need to.
Well, that 2 seed plays that 10 a.m. game on Tuesday. Whoa.
Tuesday and Wednesday.
2-2 to Andy. Swing and a miss. 2 down for Hennings.
A little unfortunate for Andy there is that changeup that missed off the plate that got called a strike. Alters that at bat a bit.
Hennings has Iowa's lone hit. We're in the bottom of the 5th. It's 8-0 Oregon. First pitch to Hennings. Swung on and missed.
That's a changeup. It's a strike. He threw a changeup for a strike, so I guess that's the upside of it. But I'm not sure that that's what Coach Sutherland said to everybody before the game.
You'd be correct. Here's the 0-1. Fouled back to the screen. Hennings taking his time before getting back in the box. No balls, 2 strikes with 2 outs. Grinsel's ready. Southpaw set, and he pitches. Connor hits it well to left, but that will be foul. Just in front.
The dipping changeup was down and inner third. Great pitch there.
Still 0-2 on Hennings, the 9-hitter for the Hawks. Next pitch. That's up and in. Bends Connor back. Ball 1. Ball and 2 strikes on Connor. Throw it over to first. Schulte is back. Play Oregon tomorrow, game 2 of the series, also at 6 o'clock here at Banks. One, 2 to Hennings. That's off the plate away. Hennings with a single back in the 3rd. It came with 2 strikes. He's got 2 on him here, but also 2 balls, 2 outs for Connor. The pitch. Strike 3 called, low outside corner. And the Hawks go down in the 5th. 8-0 Oregon, back for the 6th inning after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Join the swarm and team up with Iowa athletes to support local charities. Make a difference today. Visit iowaswarm.com to learn more.
Iowa makes a pitching change as we head to the 6th inning with the Ducks leading 8-0. The Hawkeyes will go with Bryson Walker, left-handed grad senior from Jersey Village, Texas.
9 appearances on the season. He's 0-1 with a 14.09 ERA. 7 2/3 innings, 9 hits, 12 runs have all been earned. 11 walks, 5 strikeouts. Had a tough time with the long ball, too, so really going to have to make sure he locates well against this Duck lineup.
And he'll see the top of the order right off the rip here. 8-0 Oregon. We're in the 6th. All right, so this hasn't been the opener that we were hoping for. And we'll get a few more cracks at the Ducks this weekend. 5th-ranked team in the country. Home run hitting team, and they've hit 2 home runs today that have brought in 6 of their 8 runs. Walker will face Neville, Hellman, and Walsh. So Cade's day is done. He throws 5 innings, gives up 8 hits, 8 runs, only walked 3, and he struck out 8. But the Ducks, good hitters. They put the ball in play. Cade will finish with 90 pitches. Walker pitching to Neville. Lefty on lefty matchup here. First one to Bryson. Dropped in for a strike.
We need to get somebody on a better count of how many people are actually here.
I agree. The attendance, they say, is 2475. That's not even close. There's way more than that here. Neville fouls off the next pitch.
Yeah, I don't even understand how, if we could fit 2,600 here for Nebraska, we have the bigger bleachers down there.
We've added 450 seats down the left field line.
They're full down there?
And they're mostly full.
Exactly. 0-2. Neville lunges and fouls it off. Yeah, I'm just not buying it. What do you think? Closer to 3 even?
I would have thought so. I would have thought. I mean, like we mentioned, it wasn't like packed tight here on the inside, but it was full.
Walker has an 0-2 count on Neville. The pitch. Strike 3, bottom of the zone. Walker strikes out the Oregon star. 3rd strikeout of the game for Neville.
Toss him, Blue. Don't let him have words with you like that. let's get him tossed for a game or two.
It's really been, fascinating. The star players for Oregon aren't doing the damage today. It's the 9-hitter, and
which is part of what makes them so good.
I'm afraid so. Here's Dominic Hellman chasing a pitch from Walker for strike 1. Oh, 1 fouled back to the pad, chased again. And Bryson in a good spot once more at 0-2. Left-handed pitcher, right-handed hitter, the 0-2. Swing and a miss in the dirt. Rogers picks it up. He'll send it down to first base. Back-to-back strikeouts for Walker out of the Iowa bullpen. He's got these Oregon hitters fooled early.
Boy, Hellman sprinting down the line there. That was impressive. Lack of effort.
I guess sprint like a snail, John.
8-0, I guess. So, but that was.
You sense the sarcasm in John's voice there? 2 down for Jacob Walsh. 8-0 Ducks in the 6th. First pitch hit on the ground, right side. Long run for Nelson, who slides to knock it down. Throw to first is in time. They called him out. An immediate challenge by the Ducks. What a play by Nelson to get it over to Wolf in a hurry.
Great range there from Andy.
We'll wait a minute because Oregon is challenging.
Yeah, we're not on fire yet, Fireball.
No. To the eye, John, what do you think?
I thought he was safe to the eye, but you can't see. The problem with where that was, you can't see the ball coming into Caleb's glove. So, yeah, we're going to need a different replay to be able to see. Oh, he's safe.
He's way safe.
Yeah, I appreciate the umpire's effort, but he's safe. And again, I'm usually.
We feel pretty good about this one.
Yeah,
don't give yourself too hard of a time, John.
I'm usually wrong, but the last 2 have been pretty obvious that I was going to be right.
Yeah. A long run for Nelson, who was deep in the hole at second. Really, he drop stepped and turned towards right field and then took a backwards angle to get all the way back there to slide and knock it down. And then basically rolled it to Wolf, which is what you need to do. Just get it out quickly.
Yeah, just throw the fastball the best you can on the turf. Get your bounces. Just didn't quite work out.
I think Walsh is going to be safe, and that'll bring up Smith.
That's a fair to safe bet.
Iowa will have the top of its order up in the bottom of the 6th. Savory going tomorrow for Iowa. Similar conditions, a little cooler tomorrow at 80, but it'll be windy.
Maybe the ball won't jump out with the...
Yeah, safe at first is the call. And so the inning will continue in the 6th for the Ducks. Again, really good effort by Nelson and Wolf. Did the best that you could with that. And somehow made it close at first base. Here comes Drew Smith, 2 for 3 tonight. RBI single. Also has a double and a run scored. Struck out his last time up.
to start the 5th. Walker, the pitcher for Iowa, from the left side. Drops a changeup just off the plate away. Ball 1.
And now lock in here and get the out. You didn't get a break. Show that maturity now. And
here's the 1-0. That dropped in for a strike, 1-1. Walker with a couple strikeouts in the inning, one of Neville and the other of Hellman. Walker's 1-1. Runner takes off, pitches low and out. Rogers tries to get it to second quickly, but Walsh steals his 8th base of the season.
Yeah, just absolutely not a pitch to throw there.
Change up low and out, that's hard.
Yeah, and Daniel backhands it, so you can't find a way to get anything on it. His throws then wide.
2-1 from Walker. Slipped out of the hand high, ball 3.
Again, this is what I was talking about. You gave up a hit, fine. Didn't get the review didn't go your way, but
3-1 is outside, ball 4.
But you can't compound the problem.
Yep. And so some 2-out action from the Ducks.
Left fielder, Anson.
Back-to-back strikeouts to start the inning and then single and a walk. And here comes Arrows.
Because Arrows and Maloney both have a ton of pop.
Right. Arrows with 15 home runs and 7 doubles. Standing in from the right side. He's 1 for 2 today, single and a walk. First pitch to him. Inside corner, strike 1. Wind dying down just a touch, picking back up again. 0-1. Swung on and missed. 0-2. Good pitch from Walker. Buried the changeup. Walker dialing back in here. No balls and 2 strikes on Arrows, who's already struck out once today. Here's the pitch from Bryson. Hit into left field. In the air and playable for Hennings, who makes the catch for the 3rd out. Couple strikeouts for Walker in the 6th, and he holds the Ducks off the board. 8-0 Oregon. We're back for the bottom of the 6th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Not all internet is created equal. It's a lot like choosing a quarterback. Technically, you could sign up any new rookie provider on the block, but the success of every device in your home depends on it. Will they perform in the clutch, or will they buffer under pressure? Extreme provides the speed you need with a 100% gigabit technology network and amplified Wi-Fi. And unlike signing a quarterback, Extreme Internet requires no contracts. There's only one pick to lead your team. It's Extreme, powered by Mediacom.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com.
This game is sponsored by University of Iowa Healthcare Sports Medicine, delivering comprehensive care for competitive and recreational athletes of all ages. Same day, next day appointments available, no referral needed. Now offering state-of-the-art indoor and outdoor rehabilitation facilities at the newly opened North Liberty campus. Learn more by visiting uihc.org/sportsmedicine.
Bottom of the 6th inning in Iowa City, top of the order for the Hawks. It's all Oregon. 8-0, and they are out hitting the Hawks 9-1. Kellen Strohmeyer to lead it off, 0 for 2 with a couple strikeouts. Not going Iowa's way tonight. A couple more cracks at the Ducks this weekend. First pitch to Strohmeyer is over for strike 1.
We go at 6 o'clock tomorrow against Oregon, noon on Saturday. No balls and 1 strike on Strohmeyer. The pitch. Kellen chops right side, foul out in front of the changeup. Grinsell still pitching for the Ducks. He's thrown 5 innings, given up 1 hit, 1 walk. He struck out 5 Hawks.
Yeah, and that was pitch number 80, so he's done it relatively efficiently as well again.
0-2 to Strohmeyer. Drifted low and away. Ball and 2 strikes now. Kellen batting .304, looking to get on base. The 1-2, swung on and missed. Changeup is just too good.
That's a dirty change. And the thing that Iowa didn't think he could do, he's been able to do. Or I shouldn't say didn't think he could do. Hoped that he wouldn't be able to do as effectively.
He has disguised it well. Mitchell takes first pitch strike. Of the changeups he's thrown tonight, how many of them do you think were in the zone for strikes? Percentage-wise?
1 of 4.
Yeah. I was afraid of that. 0-1 to Gable. He spiked it low.
He has struck out 6, but it's just he draws weak contact on it. I mean, so he's gotten outs other ways.
1-1 to Gable. Off the plate away. Just barely missed the corner. 2 balls and 1 strike.
Again, one of the things that data star Connor told me before the game, just teams don't do damage off that changeup. And that's part of why you might as well take it.
Mitchell lays off. Pitch was low. 3 balls and a strike.
Because it's not even like if he leaves one up that you've been able to hit it hard. It just doesn't happen.
3-1 to Gable. That's on the outside edge, full count. Gable thought he drew ball 4 there, but just on the edge. 3-2. Here's the pitch from Grinsell. Gable sliced it foul over to the left. He stays alive. Mitchell 0 for 1 today, was hit by a pitch back in the first. Iowa had a couple base runners in that inning. 3 bases from Grinsell, but since then, nails. 3-2, Gable popped it straight up. Grinsell, the pitcher, will make the catch. Gable chased ball 4 at his eyes.
Now that changeup too, really weird from Gable to swing at that pitch.
2 outs for Reese Moore.
And then doubly weird for not the first baseman or the third baseman to come in and call Grinsell off. Wasn't hit that high, I guess.
First pitch to Reese comes up empty. Swing and a miss. Tough day for the Hawks at the ballpark. 0-1. Ground ball up the middle and through into left center field. Iowa's second base hit of the day comes off the bat of Reese Moore, a 2-out single.
Fastball down and away, and the shortstop had just shifted over more behind behind second base. And Reese, willing to go the opposite way, rolls it right through.
And now the cleanup hitter, Caleb Wolf, comes up 0 for 2 today with a couple of flyouts. Caleb's opposite field hitter, stands in from the left side. Don't really see him pull it too much. First one to Wolfie is a called strike, low outside corner.
Just be talking about how we're going to hold him on or not hold him on.
Yeah, I wonder if he's looking right in the sun, too. Walsh, the first baseman, talking with his pitcher. That's broken up.
No balls and a strike on Wolf. Pitch from Grinzel. In the dirt. Briefly got away from Mabius behind the plate, but Reese couldn't take off. He stays put. One ball and one strike with 2 outs. Lefty on lefty matchup, the pitch. Caleb fouled it off. Their changeup. It's a great pitch. Coach Heller has told us frequently, great pitching versus great hitting. The pitching usually wins it. 1-2 to Wolf. That's off the plate away. 2-2.
It certainly has in Grinzel's case today.
Yeah.
He's located well, and I mean, he's done it with a 2-pitch mix, so he hasn't overpowered or thrown something you can't see.
I think he's thrown one curveball and it hit Gable Mitchell. 2-2. Wolf chops to the right side. Walsh has it. He'll take it to the bag himself. And that will end the 6th. 8-0 Oregon. We're on to the 7th after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Which schools will take home the prestigious Learfield Directors Cup as the top college athletic programs for the 2024-25 college athletic season? You can follow the standings of your favorite team or alma mater at L Directors Cup on Twitter and online at thedirectorscup.com. Trophies will be awarded in June 2025 to the winning institutions in all college sports divisions. Learfield Directors Cup, the crowning achievement in college athletics.
FS Envision Seed Corn and FS High Soy Soybeans provide best-in-class traits and genetics that perform. In farming, bushels matter to your bottom line. Our field-proven products deliver high yields year after year. Get the seed you need from the people you trust. Contact your local FS Envision and High Soy retailer or visit fsseed.com to learn more.
Want to win cash? How about an exclusive meet and greet with a NASCAR Cup Series champion driver, or maybe a shot at $1 million is more your thing? You could win one of these prizes when you enter the NASCAR Race Weekend promotion from the Iowa Lottery. Get your Powerball double play ticket at your favorite Iowa Lottery retailer, and it could be your ticket to win big. Enter today and find details at ialottery.com. Before we head to the top of the 7th inning, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Top of the 7th inning in Iowa City. Not so good news to report at this time. Oregon up 8-0. And the Ducks will send Maloney, Mabius, and Cooney to the plate. Maloney hit the 2-run home run in the 5th inning to extend the Ducks' lead.
Penn State beats Xavier 7-1. Nebraska comes from 8-0 behind, beats Purdue 11-9. Rutgers 6, Maryland 4. That solidifies Rutgers probably into the Big Ten tournament.
And pretty much knocks Maryland out, wouldn't you think, unless they can.
Should. If they win the last 2, maybe.
Swing and a miss by Maloney, 1-1.
Minnesota irritates Michigan State, beats them 4-3. That Michigan State's dancing right on the edge of the Big Ten tournament.
That's a bad loss for the Spartans, and presumably Jerwa, right?
Exactly.
1-1 is bunted foul to third.
And Jerwa would have given. Well, he has been pitching Saturday some, so.
I don't know what they were doing.
Illinois trying to hold off Ohio State. It's 4-2, bottom of the 9th, but Ohio State runners on the corners. It's a big game for Illinois, especially with Michigan State losing.
One thing I'll say about Illinois, they've blown some late games before. They better blow that one to Ohio State. 1-1 from Walker, hit well to right towards the corner, and that is gone. Maloney is abusing the right field corner, his 2nd home run of the night.
Yeah, that is a fastball 4 balls off the plate. And he just stuck his bat out at it, took advantage of the wind, and hit a home run.
9-0 Ducks in the 7th.
Bryson's given up some home runs this year. I'm not sure that one's entirely on him.
Yep. Maybe a swings and misses at the first pitch from Walker.
Indiana will try to hold on. It's 8-7 over Michigan as they head to the bottom of the 9th inning. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Walker deals to Mabius, squares the bunt, pulls it back, misses wide. 2-1. John Leo swallowed a chicken bone without eating chicken, which makes it even more impressive. 2 balls and a strike. Squares the bunt, bunts it foul. It's 2-2. So as we look at the 12 teams will make it to the Big Ten tournament. Right now, Michigan State and Maryland are out. Northwestern fighting for their lives there against UCLA. They've got the toughest road.
Yeah, no kidding. 2-2 just up and in. Woo!
Just because he dives away does not mean it's a ball.
Full count now to Mabius. Pitch from Walker. Swing and a miss. Handcuffed him. Walker's 3rd strikeout of his outing.
That was almost like the Gable Mitchell swing. The ball's a ball. It's high and above the zone, and Mabius panicked a little bit. He swung at a pitch that was ball 4 late. Good news for Walkers. It's first out.
Cooney up for the Ducks. 9-0 Oregon in the 7th. Walker's first pitch, ground ball left side, just foul.
So yeah, right now Illinois is in, Northwestern is in, Michigan State would be out.
That's a bad loss at home for the Spartans.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Doesn't matter who's on the mound. Minnesota playing for nothing except spoiler, and they've done that.
Ohio State has one in the bottom of the 9th. Runner on second, 1 out, now down just 4-3.
High scoring in Ann Arbor, huh?
Michigan with a double in the bottom of the 9th inning has a runner on second with nobody out as they try to tie up Indiana. Both of those teams are in and safe.
Fighting for seeding, though, how that could break down. Wow.
Yeah, there is just such a cluster there in the middle to bottom.
1-2 pitch from Walker, hit well to right again. Strohmeyer back, and that is gone. Oh, boy. 10-0 Ducks. Cooney goes yard to right.
Yeah, the first home run of the inning left the bat at 91 miles an hour and went 339. That one was a little better, but even that one wasn't crushed, but doesn't really matter.
Iowa's going to have to score in the bottom of the 7th, John.
Or we get to go home early, which not exactly the fun way to do it.
Here's Garate. First pitch strike from Walker. Well, I suppose.
There's no silver lining to the
no zero
pitching
no.
or anything.
No. No. I'm hopeful that we're getting this all out of our system today. Because Northwestern is helping us out right now. And Hawks still have everything in front of them, a chance to do something special the next couple days.
Right. The magic number over Oregon is still 1.
Mm-hmm.
And so that doesn't change whether you get beat 100-0 today or 1-0.
Here's Walker's 1-2 to Garate. Swung on and missed. He strikes him out. 2 down.
And if they get a little help from Northwestern, the magic number over UCLA becomes 1. And that's to guarantee a share. You could still win it outright. That magic number is obviously 1 more.
Mm-hmm. Top of the order, here's Neville. 0 for 4, 3 strikeouts. First pitch strike from Walker. Oregon's on a 7-game win streak. Fair to say that they are peaking at the right time. They're looking at 17-4 in their last 21 games.
And they're looking to host. I mean, this is
very true.
And not a top 16. This is looking to host a super regional. This is a top 8 national seed possibility team.
5th right now. 0-2 from Walker to Neville. Swings and misses. If I would have told you Neville was 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts, you wouldn't have guessed that Iowa would be down 10-0. Iowa needs to score in the bottom of the 7th. We're back after this. It's Hawkeye baseball from Learfield.
Express Midwest is Iowa's locally owned and operated ground transportation specialists who have served Iowa City for more than 37 years. With a selection of chauffeured black cars, limos, sprinters, and buses, they have solutions for all your transport needs. Check out their website to find a full list of services, rates, and more at expressmidwest.com. That's expressmidwest.com. Whether you're traveling for business, pleasure, sports, or with one of our guided tours, our team of travel experts at Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited will ensure you have a memorable, worry-free experience. Let our professional travel advisors with extensive travel experience and destination knowledge handle your every travel need. Family-owned and operated, Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited has been serving the Hawkeye community for many years, receiving the Agency of Choice Award several times. Make your travels easy with Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com.
Oak Knoll's mission is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care, a not-for-profit life plan community serving the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll's conveniently located near the University of Iowa Healthcare Campus, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, and downtown Iowa City. A proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Visit oakknoll.com to learn more.
Rogers, Risley, and Schulte for the Hawkeyes in the bottom of the 7th. Unfortunately, Iowa in danger of getting run ruled here to start the series. And will need to score 1 run off of Grayson Grinsell, Oregon's ace, to keep this game going.
I think Iowa was one of 2 teams that hadn't lost by more than 4 runs this year.
More than 4, wow.
Iowa's about to stamp that one in spades, barring something major here.
First pitch to D-Raj is up and in, it hit him.
Yeah, I'd mentioned in the first inning, Grinsell hadn't allowed more than 2 free bases. He gave 2 in the first inning. That's the first one since, as he really locked in.
Right, he's thrown 6 innings, given up just 2 hits. Struck out 6. He's thrown 97 pitches.
I think at this point, you're like, well, let's get the complete game and get out of here. But
here's Risley. First pitch to Miles is upstairs, ball 1.
Yeah, I mean, if you're Iowa here, you need to be full take mode.
Here's the 1-0 to Risley. That's below the zone, ball 2. Miles 0 for 2 today. Fly out to right, ground out to third. Hitters count here as Grinsell delivers the 2-0. Low and away, ball 3.
Full and complete take mode.
Absolutely. .3-0. Right down Main Street, strike 1.
Indiana also holds on, beats Michigan 8-7. Tough loss for Michigan. They're kind of hanging around right on the edge of at large.
I keep seeing them. I don't know. 3-1. Risley hits well to left, but it'll hook foul. Hey, I keep seeing Michigan first 4 out, or next 4, all that. But I don't know. Full count now on Risley. Runner at first, nobody out in the 7th. Iowa down 10-0. Grinsell set. Checks on the runner at first, now pitches. Risley swings and misses.
Chase the high changeup again. That really has to be, it must be just an amazingly difficult pitch to see, because Iowa's gone out of the zone up, and Iowa has swung at a ton of changeups below the zone through the course of the season, but rarely have they swung at balls, letter high or shoulder high on changeups.
Here's Cooper Schulte. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1.
Two-run home run from Northwestern. It's 6-1, top of the 7th inning.
Say that again? Give me some good news, John,
it's
please.
The only good news coming out of California via Iowa City. 6-1, Northwestern leads UCLA. Iowa's magic number will.
No, John, wait. Yeah.
I didn't say it. Didn't finish the sentence.
Whoa.
Didn't finish the sentence. Could possibly.
The sunset's nice, John. Look at the weather. It's good temperatures.
could possibly shrink to 1. This Lausch hits a 2-run home run. Ambushed a first pitch. Sent it over the wall to right field.
Bottom of the 7th here in Iowa City. 10-0 Ducks. Ball, no strikes. Pitch to Schulte. Ooh. High strike call, 1-1.
I at least like that Coop didn't swing at it. But, yeah, that's... If we start stretching the zone up for Grinsell, we're in big trouble.
Count even at 1, the pitch. Check swing. Did he go? They say no. Send it down to first. Did not go. 2-1.
First base umpire realized the last pitch wasn't a strike, so gave him one there.
Grinsell's changeup has so much vertical drop to it that for it to be called a strike high, I mean, that's going to start at your eyes. It's like a curveball. 2-1. Strike on the low inside corner, 2-2. Oh.
Home plate umpire's ready for a quick night, too.
2-2 now on Coop. The pitch. Lined foul past Coach Bowe at third. Honestly, if you're Grinsell, why throw anything else?
Right.
Unless you're ready to be done with the at-bat, you just go to the fastball, but whew.
Yeah, I'd throw the changeup here again, and you can really locate it about wherever you want. Throw it top of the zone, go bottom away. Coop likes to try to pull it, so you go bottom away, might swing over the top.
2-2, low and out, ball 3.
That's exactly what he did. Good job from Coop to lay off of it.
In terms of who we've seen this year, I know statistically for the season long, Jerwa probably the better pitcher. Iowa did pretty well against Jerwa. Not doing well against Grinsell tonight as Schulte takes strike 3.
I was racing back from the airport at the Jerwa game, so I missed that one. I came back when Iowa made the rally.
Okay.
So I didn't see
right.
Jerwa
I forgot
pitch
about
this
that.
year.
Well, Andy Nelson's up in what will be possibly the Hawkeyes' last chance. 10-0 in the bottom of the 7th. Two outs, runner at first. Here's Andy Nelson, first pitch, swing and a miss.
I was going to have nightmares about a changeup.
Wonder if their guy tomorrow throws one.
That's what I was trying to look at the pitching report.
Yep.
If they've got a guy that does, they might start him.
0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2.
On which pitch was that?
I'm going to guess changeup.
Yes, sir. All right, Andy, lock in here.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Last chance for the Hawks in the 7th. Grinsell's pitch. High. 1-2.
It's funny, though, even the best pitchers have patterns. I mean, he's done that fairly regularly where he's gotten ahead with 2 great changeups, and he shows that eye-high fastball. But the funny thing is he'll show it and throw the changeup up there.
Here's the 1-2. That's up again. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Count even at 2 now. Rogers the runner at first. Grinzel's pitch to Nelson. Low and in, ball 3. Full count now.
Daniel Rogers will be on the move. Pull one down the line, maybe.
Maybe keep it going, yeah. Full count on Nelson. Deep breath from Grinzel. The pitch. Popped up right side. This should do it. Second baseman Cooney is over. He makes the catch right on the line. And that'll do it. Final score, Oregon 10. Iowa nothing in 7 innings.
Well, that was less than ideal.
Not great. We do this again tomorrow at 6 o'clock. That's first pitch. Aaron Savory will go for the Hawkeyes. 5:30 pregame show on the Hawkeye Radio Network. We'll be back. We'll be better. We'll do it again tomorrow. Postgame coverage starts after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime, but the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Get a great deal on select Kubota equipment. The BX Series is the #1 selling subcompact tractor in the U.S. The versatile lineup is built to help you make the most of your land. Right now at participating dealers, get a Kubota compact tractor for $0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, save up to $1,500 on select equipment. Now through September 30th, see us or go to KubotaUSA.com/disclaimers for full disclaimer.
Check out Kubota's winning lineup. Visit KubotaUSA.com to find your local dealer.
Oregon wins the opener 10-0 in 7 innings. They throw the first punch this weekend series. Everything went Oregon's way, nothing went Iowa's way today, and hopefully just a bad deal in the series. Get it all out of the way now. John Evans, you get the first word of postgame.
Oh man, I'm not sure I want it on this one.
It's not a lob to you this time.
No, I think you obviously just have to flush it now. You can't let it linger. Magic number is still what it was. You tip your hat to one of, if not the best pitcher in the Big Ten, and go battle tomorrow against somebody that maybe isn't quite as good as Grinzel.
Iowa's strength has been that they've just got a ton of fighters down there. And I expect that we'll see the fighters tomorrow against the Ducks in an opportunity to even the series. And hopefully Northwestern takes care of business, up 6-1 in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Yeah, that would
can help the Hawks out.
You know, teams have had a chance to help Iowa against UCLA and haven't gotten it done. Maybe Northwestern will do it here, and then Iowa can get one of their own and get it done.
All right, Coach Sutherland's making his way to the booth. We'll talk to him right after this. This is Hawkeye Baseball from Learfield.
Play ball! It's college baseball season, and we're here to talk about it.
Every week, join Kyle Schassberger and me, David Kahn, as we deliver the best of college baseball.
We've got all the diamond talk you can imagine, with interviews from coaches, players, broadcasters, and more.
Plus, we'll give you our weekly rankings, hot takes, and a whole lot of fun.
Step into the batter's box and let us deliver our best fastball.
Wherever you podcast by searching College Sports Now.
Every day, you're out there, up before the sun, and pushing forward before the chaos of the day settles in. At Great Southern, we're right there with you because we understand the need for trusted support. Having a team that is seasoned, agile, ready, an award-winning team that knows their customers personally and is behind them at every step. There to assist you, inspire you, and echo your inner dialogue in those quiet moments. Keep going. Whether you're getting ready to meet the day or working on something big, we're your team. Great Southern Bank, understanding what really matters. Member FDIC.
Oregon wins the opener tonight 10-0 in 7 innings. We're joined by Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland. Coach, we heard about that changeup from Grinzel. It was unfortunately on tonight.
Yeah, and you know, we were pretty much dominated across the board. And I didn't think we did a great job with the game plan as far as what we were trying to do. Certainly a tip your hat to him. I don't think he did anything we didn't think he would do. He just did a really good job of it, and I didn't think we held our ground, nearly well enough to beat a guy like that. But you credit him. He certainly executed, and you credit their offense. They did a great job with just making Cade work and got a couple balls up in the wind at the right time, which that's their type of offense. We got them 13 times punched, but we didn't do anything with the amount of damage they did. That was the problem. 4 homers and another double. Those are the tough things, and you face an offense like that. That's the danger, is get some balls up, and they took care of them.
We heard in the scout today, Coach, that we'd try to take a few of those changeups, or take early in counts, and I think our guys came out pretty aggressive tonight. I don't know if that was the plan.
Well, he's a strike thrower, man. He was in the zone, and to his credit, he landed some changeups early. And anytime you do that, you can talk about taking them all you want, but it becomes harder and harder. And he was constantly ahead in the count. I thought the first inning was kind of the inning he wasn't super sharp. But unfortunately we had two opportunities, runners in scoring position, and we weren't able to come through. But then after that, it was really nothing doing. And credit to him, he just kept filling the strike zone up. But, we just didn't have great at-bats. And, I don't want to take anything away from him. We have to be a whole heck of a lot better if we want to compete. And that's all you can do. It's one game. You wipe it away as quickly as possible, and you come back tomorrow with, a better version of yourself.
That's a good segue, Coach. I'm ready to be done talking about this game. So let's move on to tomorrow. How do we get the guys back on track? How do we regroup?
You play enough baseball and you get your butt handed to you sometimes. It's just the way it is. You got a team that's going really well. They're top 5 team for a reason. They're super talented, and if you don't go up there with some confidence with your chest out, then they're going to take advantage of you. So it's the greatest part about baseball. You typically don't have to stew on this very long. You get a chance the next day. It's a new opportunity, and that's all you can do. You got to leave it. I think Stephen Vogt said this last year in the playoffs for the Indians. You take the you leave the result and take the lesson. That's just what you have to do in this sport. And it doesn't taste good going down, but what do? You got humbled. You got your butts kicked at home. Things that don't happen very often. So we'll test our mettle coming back. The last thing I want to say, what a great crowd.
Awesome.
Just unbelievable crowd, and really appreciate them coming out. I'm disappointed we didn't give them much to cheer about, but hopefully they stay with us and we pack it tomorrow night. It's still in our hands.
That's right.
That's the thing. It's still in our hands, and that's what you tell the guys. It's one game, and, this is only a problem if you let it be. So we got a great group of kids. They'll be back. I got to do a better job, getting a better scout, just a better game plan there that we can execute, and that's what we'll do tomorrow.
All right, we'll look forward to that, Coach. Thanks for your time. Associate Head Coach Marty Sutherland on our postgame show from Banks. Oregon wins it tonight 10-0 in 7 innings. We're back tomorrow. First pitch, 6 o'clock. Pregame coverage begins at 5:30 on the Hawkeye Radio Network. John and I will be right back in the booth ready to bring you that game. If you can't make it to Banks, we'll have the coverage for you. But we'd rather see you here at Banks cheering on the Hawkeyes as Iowa is still going for that Big Ten title. Some work to do here with a couple games left against the Ducks. All right, that'll do it for our coverage of Iowa Hawkeye baseball from Banks tonight, where Oregon wins it 10-0 in 7 innings. We'll talk to you tomorrow, 5:30 pregame coverage. Lacey was my board op tonight. Excellent job, Lacey. Thank you for your work. For my color analyst, John Evans, I'm John Leo saying so long from Iowa City. Every day's a great day to be a Hawkeye, but some are just a little bit better than others. So long, everybody.
Iowa Hawkeye Baseball has been brought to you by Iowa Corn. You might think Iowa just grows corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. Brought to you by Iowa's corn farmers of the Iowa Corn Growers Association and the Iowa Corn Promotion Board. Iowa Lottery. Be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Mid-American Energy. Call 811 before you dig. It's the law. Visit midamericanenergy.com for natural gas safety tips. U.S. Cellular, the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Also brought to you by Wellmark, here for every member, every moment. Learn more at wellmark.com. U.S. Bank, proud to sponsor the Iowa Hawkeyes. Equal housing lender, member FDIC. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.